I mean...
I'm tense.
That's a good trailer, isn't
so
it?
exciting.
That's a great
Stephen, welcome
trailer.
along.
Oh.
So Series 2.
Series 2.
For people who haven't seen it, explain the general concept.
OK, there are 11 couples. They each get given a suitcase. One of those suitcases contains £250,000 in cash.
Yeah.
And one contains an early checkout card. The rest are empty. Every night, we do swaps in the bar. Whoever ends up with the early checkout card is flying home. Whoever's left with the money at the end of the series is £250,000.
So through challenges, you get to decide which case you want.
Challenges every day, and it dictates the swapping order. So obviously you want the last swap of the day, because if you have something good, you can hang on to it. If you have something bad, you can get rid of it. But you're all it's just trying to work out.
So I'm convinced Stephen's got the money, but you might not have the money.
Yeah.
So
I mean, stress, that amount of money.
Oh, it's a lot.
It plays tricks on people's minds.
Yeah.
And you know, the swapping every night, so exciting, so tense. And of course, the great thing about second series, you know, this first series is really popular, but you can take all the stuff that worked well and do more of it or make it bigger. It was great fun. I mean, I'm not going to pretend it was a tough job.
Has it been fun for you? Because obviously this is completely different for you. Have you loved being a part of this?
I love doing stuff that's different from you. So if I'm offered something that I haven't done before, I always think, I'd love to give that a go. Plus, it filmed for a month in the Caribbean.
I mean...
In November.
It wasn't the toughest of any job I've been offered.
In November, without your family.
That'll be Elstree, won't it?
How hard, because we were talking earlier on in makeup about, like, when someone's away or whether at home with the kids and someone else goes away working, that's always what Rochelle calls the salty call.
There's just one. There's one, isn't there?
It's tough, isn't it? Because someone is... I mean, as you say, we filmed it in November, which is not a month in this country that anyone particularly looks forward to, I don't think.
Never.
So I'm in the Caribbean on a beach, palm trees behind me, trying
FaceTime
to FaceTime my poor wife. Who's
trying to pitch it as work.
Oh.
I
You
recognise
deliberately
those
try to
calls,
frame
Stephen.
the ugliest picture you possibly... The backdrop
Just
when
sitting
you
in
could.
cupboards.
Let's go. So rainy out there today.
It's really hard work. I mean, it is hard work, but when you're doing the school run on a rainy Thursday...
You're just not going to get sympathy at the other end of the phone, no.
And I understand that.
That's so funny.
But I mean, you're a Renaissance man. You can do so much, and it's so wonderful. And do you enjoy? Because you're an empath. You like people, right?
Yeah.
And all the shows I've ever done that involve some kind of risk and couples, you just end up just going, oh, just God, I feel so sorry for you all. And it's so hard to keep that poker face.
I find it very difficult when people get upset. I find it difficult when people argue. It's not my thing. I know some people, love the drama.
You just sort of recoil.
I just don't. I want everyone to get on. But, of course, the interesting bits of these series are when there's flashpoints. I mean, we have a bit in this series, I won't say who, but one couple have a very tricky moment when something is revealed about what one of them said about the other publicly.
Oh, God.
Oh.
And but it's great television.
Which you know at home.
But separating that when you're in it in the moment...
I just want to walk over.
That would be horrendous. But, of course, me watching it as a viewer, great.
I know. People will be on the edge of their seats at home, like, what's going to happen next? But in the moment, you just want to run over and give them all a hug and just, it's going to be all right.
It's OK, I'll fix it.
Or the comedic part of you wants to just say something that's going to make them laugh.
Yeah.
And of course, they're like, I'm not interested in comedy right now. I've just lost £250,000.
Well, I think that's one of the things I love about this show is it is really funny because the people we've got in the show are great characters and they are hilarious. I mean, it all gets very serious every evening when we get to the Lady Luck bar and the swapping starts because people, £250,000.
Yeah.
It's a huge amount of money. But during the day everyone does mostly retain their sense of humour and it is really funny.
Also, I think with the format for a show like this and a show like Traitors, if you are going into that knowing that it's based about deception, then you've sort of got to go in with your eyes wide open.
Yes.
And it's not like that's the whole point of the game is to deceive. So, it's not like you're in a Big Brother house where I thought someone was really nice to me and then they voted me out.
Yes.
That's the point of the game. You can't be too annoyed.
There's no secret challenges here in that way.
But at the same time, it's difficult to bear that in mind because they've spent 3 weeks together and they've sort of made friends. And then suddenly someone... turns and does something that sends you home. It's hard to take.
And when you're hosting that sort of show, I always wonder this with shows like this, when you sort of get attached to the people and to their personalities and you buy into everyone's story, right? And you do that as a viewer. But when you're there in real time, is it hard to sort of go in as a host and be relatively neutral and not kind of think, I saw what you did yesterday.
Yeah,
you.
of course.
And is that hard?
Well, sometimes you admire the way people are playing the game. but you don't like what it says about them as a person. And also, when people get voted off, they go. I mean, it's not like they hang around for a couple of days and we see them around. They're gone.
Yes.
10 minutes later, they're out the door. So it's really brutal. And you know that if they get the wrong card or make the wrong... It's also... when you know what... I mean, because I'd never know where the money is. I just don't want to know.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to influence people. But you can see sometimes there's a lot of evidence for where the early checkout card is.
Right.
If people then go for it, you just want to go, what? You want to, you know...
Also, I think when you're on location, or in like studio to a point, you're so focused on that, on the format and the game, you get so involved and imbue with it, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, what was it like that the Green Wing reunion you went to?
Great, really good fun.
Was it 20 years?
20-something years, yeah. They showed the first episode, which I haven't seen for 20-odd years. It stands up. It's still funny. And it's, you know, because you never know how stuff's going to make comedy, because tastes change.
Yeah.
But it was great to see everybody. We've actually done we did 6 new episodes for Audible. So we got together last year and recorded 6 new episodes. The whole gang, including Olivia Colman and Julian there. My sparring partner.
Were they the same writers that did it?
Same writers, yeah. It's really fun.
So
it works
brilliant.
really well.
And I have to tell you, because, I mean, I bore you about this every time I speak to you, but I love The Split so much. Like, it's the thing that I will binge watch over and over again. It's so human. I love it. Was that something that you enjoy making?
Oh, I loved it, yeah. Well, it's just so perceptive about families, about relationships. Yeah. The writing was amazing. We were a cast that genuinely got on, and we felt like a family by the end. I still have people coming up to me and telling me that, you know, they're so upset with me for cheating on Nicola Walker.
Yeah, I'm being honest. I'm being quite nice to you as you're sat here.
She slept with Christy the night before our wedding.
I know, I get it,
Christy
but I was upset with you.
That's what I get all the time as well. I hope she ends up with him. He's so hot.
Cheers.
And then when Toby Stevens turns up, I know chance.
And kids' books, what number are you on?
I've just finished number 8.
Wow.
Or is it 9?
I love the fact your sister illustrates.
Yes.
Well, so nice.
Well, I wrote a Christmas book called Barry Saves Christmas, which will be out in October. And I finished it about 3 weeks ago. So for the last 3 weeks, every day I'm just getting emails from my sister with new drawings, and it's the best bit for me. I've done my work.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with the story, and she's sending me these great drawings.
She brings it to life.
I mean, I'm always setting a challenge, because I'm her older brother. I've got to make it.
It's so lovely that you can do that together, though.
Yeah.
It's so, so lovely. We're going to do something a little bit
Eagle
different.
at roller skates.
Exactly.
No, a room with 1,000 squirrels in it was this time.
Beautiful.
That's when she loved you.
Yeah.
We're going to do something a little bit different now. We're going to play a game. You're bringing this game to us. It's a little taste of the Fortune Hotel. So you tell us what we're doing.
OK, go and have a look.
seconds we've given you.
Go at one of those suitcases has an awful lot of money in it, and one has nothing in it at all. So have a look.
First challenge for me, opening the case.
Tell me about it.
Right, so you want to convince me you don't have the money. And I'm going to take one of those suitcases from you. Dermot, tell me why you don't have the money.
Because the money would also always be given to Rochelle. It's the gentlemanly thing to do,
Why
I think.
Are you smiling?
This morning. Because I'm nervous.
You look really nervous.
This is the high stakes.
We've known each other a long time,
I know.
right?
There's no way I would ever lie to you. This is categorically empty.
Rosh, have you got the money?
Well, I think we all know that I haven't got the money after that performance.
What are you talking about?
You were very handsy.
Oh,
you were very, very nervous.
Classic misdirection.
Yeah, no, mine is very light, unfortunately.
101.
I can use it as a clutch, I can use it as it's a light, it's not full of anything. It's empty.
I don't know why I just trust Rochelle.
I'm a trusting kind of girl.
I don't think she's got the money, I think you've got the money.
No.
I'm going for you, I want the money.
Me?
Give me the money.
Well,
show me the money.
Come and have a look.
Come on, then.
As you can see, there's categorically no money.
Yes! I got it. Look at that.
So bad at lying.
It's made me love you even more.
Right
but you
through
are
him. He couldn't stop giggling.
Stop giggling. Well, the thing is also, I've never seen a £50 with King Charles, so as soon as I opened it, I was like, oh, that's a 50. Damn it, no. Poker face, damn it. Anyway.
That was brilliant.
Thank you, but good luck with it. Thank you very much.
There we go.
Just do a YouTube version with that.
I know,
We're already in.
Second series of The Fortune Hotel is going to begin next Wednesday on ITV1.
Hi, everyone.
everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
You with the kung fu moves.
Look at me.
And you did a lot of your own stunts, didn't you?
I did. And I really enjoyed it. I mean, there's a scene, there's a whole sort of set piece in the second episode where it's basically a big sort of fight scene. And I did have a fantastic stunt woman come in, but we weren't a brilliant match. So I ended up doing more than I had anticipated that day. But, you know, people keep saying, well, you know, did you train for the show? You know, because there's so much that sort of stuff. And I didn't really. The great thing is that when we meet my character, Deeley, you know, she's just sort of been sat on a Greek island with a bottle of whiskey for about 10 years, not having done any of this
Sounds
stuff.
amazing.
So it's great. So I didn't have to prepare really in any way.
Sort of having a nice... So the story is she's retired.
She's retired and she's taken herself off to a Greek island to sort of put that life behind her. And then her estranged son, Edward, comes to visit. Who's played by the magnificent Freddie Highmore.
Yeah.
And then it all kicks off. And they both have secrets. You know, she has secrets from him, but also he may have been keeping some from her. So
does he come to visit just for a holiday or for a reason?
He comes to visit maybe for a reason.
Yeah.
And that starts to unravel. But they have a difficult relationship as well, which is quite interesting. And it is the sort of the centre of the story. You know, it's thrills and spills, but at the centre of the story, the heart of it is their relationship, which is so good.
And you're familiar with the Greek islands because you filmed out there.
I'm very familiar with Greek.
Was it like going home?
I only do jobs now.
It's on the
right. Greek island. OK. Yeah, I spent 4 years in Corfu. Dreamy. And then we shot this in Athens last year over the summer. And so there were lots of people, because when we were on the Durrells, a lot of the crew would come in from Athens. Yeah. So I got to see a lot of the crew again in Athens.
That's so nice.
7 years later. It was so lovely.
It was so nice to see your friends. Also, I imagine it's nice to rock up on the first day of set and to know people there.
Oh, it was absolutely brilliant.
That's almost like a comfort blanket when you first start, right?
Yeah, exactly. And there's such a nice bunch and, you know, world-class crew, and the locations are just spectacular.
You've got like a statue in Greece now, right? Whenever you get everyone back.
Your character, Deeley, she's kind of like this unexpected assassin, right? She kind of is. She isn't your typical... comic book assassin. She's middle-aged, she's sarcastic, she swears.
She does swear quite a lot.
And she's funny, which I think is so nice.
Yeah, that was sort of what was appealing, really. A lot of the, you know, that element of it is that she is so unexpected. I think at one point, Edward, I think, calls her a perimenopausal James Bond. And that sort of is what...
Such a great line.
And that's what a son would say to his mother.
And that is what, it's very real, that relationship.
Yeah.
And Freddie and I just got on immediately so well. And we became great friends, so that really works.
Such a great appetite for shows like... I remember watching Grosse Point Blank. Did you ever see that movie? Great, really good movie. It's about this kind of... It's the first kind of hitman film I watched where he's actually dealing with a lot of kind of trauma and work. Exactly. And now there's so many great shows around like this, and like Doves, and I mean, Jackal's a bit different because it's a bit more serious and stuff. But there's something beautiful about that, isn't it? It's a really good genre. It feels quite untapped.
Light relief, and there is light relief, you know, in it. It is actually very funny, I think.
Yeah.
It's got great humour.
It's obviously all very high-octane stuff, and I'm sure filming these kind of dramas can be quite draining on you emotionally and as a person. Is it true you like to unwind to reality TV? Are you a fellow below deck?
I thought you were going to say with a glass of wine. I was going to say,
I do.
I do. I like reality TV. I like documentaries as well. Sometimes drama can be a bit of a busman's holiday.
Yeah.
In many ways, and as much as I love a good drama, you know, I've got 3 kids, and watching a bit of reality TV with them is a great way to switch off.
So what? Go on. What's the
Below Deck?
Below Deck.
You watched it?
I've seen it. We had the captain on.
Which one?
Yes.
Captain Sandy. Captain Lee.
Captain. Who's the captain? Who looks a bit like Captain Birdseye.
Sandy.
Sandy, yeah.
Not Captain Sandy. Is the lady.
Well, definitely.
She didn't.
Captain Sandy.
Lee, they're both on a
Captain Sandy's watching.
Yes,
We're definitely not talking about you. Captain Lee, he was lovely.
Yes. He is very like Captain Birdseye, yeah.
So you did you used to watch Big Brother back in the day when you first started? Has that always been your turn? Like, when you want to turn off, you kind of.
I don't know really. I mean, there's just so much of it, isn't there, these days?
There's a lot of choice.
Yeah, Naked and Afraid. Anyone?
I've heard about this.
I mean, this is.
No, so what on earth is Naked and Afraid?
It says
I thought one would lead to the other.
It's a bit like a Naked Attraction, but a dating kind of format.
Yeah,
Mamma mia.
That's your weekend song.
Yeah. And in this, is it true you were a bit too good at being able to take a gun apart and put it back together? So they were like, you're supposed to be a bit more naff.
Look like you don't know how to do this, basically.
It seemed I hadn't done it for a while, so I was, supposed to be in the writing. It was she's a bit rusty, and it's not actually that difficult.
Is it not?
It's slightly
Just like
worryingly
Duplo.
easy to.
Sort of
Just
Lego
put it together.
Yeah.
And, had to refilm
so it's like, can you make that
make
a bit
it look
worse?
hard?
Yeah.
And you're a big fan of a group chat?
Love a group chat.
Yeah.
I do.
Is that how you stay in touch with all your mates you make on these shows and cast members?
Yeah. We have a lovely Durrell's group app chat, and so we're on that. And
are you in charge of admin, Keely?
I'm in charge of most things, Dermot, but I'm not in charge of the app.
Because when you're in charge of admin, there's a certain pressure that comes to being in charge of admin.
What do you mean, the admin of the group chat? You're in control, so you decide who's in, who's out.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
I
glad
love that power.
There's nothing more, I don't know if it's happened to you in any of your previous cast members, but there's nothing worse when you look down and go, oh, I must drop a... So-and-so's left the group.
Without asking.
Without
How dare
letting
you?
us know.
Well, they've removed you.
Oh, no, that's the worst.
But as an admin, you can't be removed.
No.
You end up on your own. It's just you.
And what's next? You just finished playing a nun.
I have. I wrapped last week on a show called Falling that is written by the brilliant Jack Thorne.
Yeah.
And it's about a Catholic nun and a priest played by Papa Siedo, and they fall in love. It's called Falling for Channel 4.
Nice. Set in modern day?
It's modern day, yes. Yeah. So that was a world apart from
what you're doing.
What I'm doing here.
Did you research for that? Did you go and meet any nuns?
I did meet an ex-nun, actually, which was really fascinating.
What an interesting life, isn't it? When you actually think about it.
Yes.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, and someone who has been in that world for so long and then... Left and sort of come back into... reality.
I take my son to Mass on Sunday, right? And we were walking out the other day. We were walking down to the shops afterwards, to like the cafe to get a croissant, and we went past the nun from the church. I went past and I said, "Casper, say hello to sister." And he was like, "What?" And so he said,
He's like, "I have a sister."
He said he's 5, and he was like, "Hi, sister." I said, "There you go." And just very friendly. And off she went, and he went, "She's not my sister. I don't understand." Listen, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
She was on Radio 2 earlier on. She's been hanging around for ages.
We've had a sausage sandwich. We've had a lovely time.
Oh, wonderful.
So,
Stick around, go on the Loose Women. All episodes of The Assassin are available to watch now on Prime Video.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
It's such a great script, isn't it? Alison Hammond joins us now. So nice to see you again.
Lovely to be here again.
Here we go. It's back. Series 3. It's always worth a congratulations if you get to a Series 3, isn't it?
I know. We're so excited.
What can we expect in the series? You're moving in, aren't you?
Yeah, well, she's moved in with them. That's what she always wanted.
Yeah.
She was always planning.
Got away.
Yeah, so she's living with them, and she's reorganised all the kitchen, as, mother-in-laws do. And, I mean, she just loves it. She just loves being with all the family. Mm-hmm. And I think the daughter-in-law is being very kind and, kind of like grumbling privately.
Accommodating.
Yeah.
So she's got a Liverpool accent. You grew up in Liverpool.
I did.
Right. And the character, did you base her off anyone? Or is she just someone you kind of created from your own imagination?
Well, I mean, Tom Bowston, who wrote it, and he's in it, he's a brilliant writer. And he wrote this wonderful character. And as soon as I met him, he said to me, "Would you play her, from Liverpool?" And I said, yeah, I was delighted because I haven't played that many Liverpool characters in my career, you know. So, and, yeah, he asked me and I thought he's the writer, so, yeah.
It's beautifully written and it's so well. I mean, so many great actors in there as well.
Oh,
self-included, obviously. So it's about the Jessops. Can you, if people haven't seen it, I know it sounds crazy, it's 3 series in, but can you explain just the backdrop? So it's about this family, the Jessops. Yeah,
the Jessops. And the son is played by Jim Howick, and he's absolutely brilliant. I mean, Jim just makes me laugh 24/7.
Yeah.
Jim's only got to turn his head like that.
He's very...
You know, and I am giggling. And so Catherine Parkinson's his wife, so it's husband and wife. And they've got 2 children, a daughter, played by the lovely Freya Parks, and a younger son who films the family with this little camera all the time, and that's how it's filmed.
Yeah.
So it's filmed always in one long take, so there's no cut-ins. So that makes it... It's quite tough sometimes.
What's that like?
Yeah, it's just quite tiring, because sometimes the scenes, they can be 4 or 5 pages long.
Wow.
And if you're filming it without a break, and you're doing take after take after take, sometimes you kind of think, please let me rest.
We've got it. We've got it.
Yeah, we've got
it on the second part.
We've got it.
The way that you shoot it is, I think, makes it so unique, and you feel like you're in there with them. You know, it just feels like you're in the kitchen with the family. Yeah. And we all know a family like the Jessops. I feel like they relate to so many people.
Yeah. And the story's it's just family life.
Yeah.
You know, there's the son, Paul, he just keeps wanting to do better things. I mean, he was an Olympic, you know, archer, and now he's in the police. And,
but it's exactly that. It's like we're just seeing there, like, you know, you don't believe in God, but you do believe in angels. It's the idiosyncracies and the double standards that every family has, the in-jokes every single family has, isn't it? And that's why Tom's such a good writer, I think, isn't it? It's just perfect.
And in this series, Catherine Parkinson plays the daughter-in-law, and her brother is Tom Basden, and he's got married to the lovely Tori. Not Tori, I mean, she's Tori the actress, but... and they're having a baby, so they have a baby. So that was fun, to have a baby. Yeah. So it's just as the family go along and all these different things and...
But you've been so great in your career at these kind of touchstone moments that really sort of resonate all the way back to Abigail's Party, which was, I know, don't roll your eyes, because you look back at that, it's so seismic, that
No,
show.
I do
talk
love
about
it.
as, you know, as a cultural touchstone, you know, and then Gavin and Stacey did so much for so many people because it was normal. It had that lovely normality to it.
Yeah, yeah. And something that I think a family can sit down and watch together.
Yes.
And really enjoy, you know. I've met so many people who say, oh, you know, it's like a comfort blanket. We all just sit down and watch it. And I think Here We Go is the same. Yeah. It's fun and it's about a family. And you know that if you're watching it with your 10-year-old daughter or son or whatever, that there's nothing offensive going to upset everybody. You know, it's got a... I mean, they argue, they row.
Well, it's the mirror, isn't it? We're holding it. We're entertaining us. We're holding the mirror up as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
That, whenever we get any gossip at home, I go to my husband, Mick, I just love the drama. I just love the drama. And he always goes, oh, stop saying that. We quote the show all the time with Gavin and Stacey. What was it like filming that finale? It must have been super emotional.
Oh, it was. It was lovely, but it was so sad. We were all dreading the final day. But the nice thing was that Ruth and James, they wrote a scene on the final day of shooting that we were all in. So they brought everybody together.
That's amazing.
But it was so thoughtful to do that.
Because I suppose that rarely happens, doesn't it?
Rarely happens.
It's a wrap on so-and-so, and then they go,
and a week later, somebody else, or 2 days later, but we were all there together.
That's so special.
There was many a tear shed, let me tell you.
There was that lovely moment I saw, whether it's behind the scenes, when everyone walked up the street in Wales. It was just, you know, it was that kind of... And locals were sort of clapping and stuff, you know? It's just...
The people of Barry, honestly, they were just there day and night. I don't know how they did it. From 6 in the morning, they'd be gathered. But when we were filming, they were quiet. You know, they never shouted out. They never...
That is unusual.
So that is. So they embraced you guys and supported you in making this show.
You know, the first would go, quiet, please, everybody, you know, and they'd all go...
Oh, that's...
Yeah. There it is. There it is. That's so nice.
Really nice.
And you and Larry have that just such beautiful shorthand. I mean, it must be so wonderful when you find that with another actor.
Yeah, it is. Well, from day one when we started filming, there was no acting required, you know, to make it a couple. We just felt right.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, we asked our viewers for a favourite scene. What do you think it was? Between you two.
Oh, I don't know. Well, my favourite scene's when they're in bed together.
We didn't show that.
And they've had, no, I don't mean anything naughty. I mean, when they've had a row, they've had a terrible row. When Gavin says he's going to get married in Wales, and Pam just and she drinks far too much. She just throws an absolute fit, and then she won't speak to Mick. And they go to bed, and he's going, "Oh, come on, Pammy," you know, and she's going, "No, Mick, no." You know, and then he puts the ears on and leans over her and he goes, "Come on, Camilla." And then she just starts to laugh, and within seconds they're hugging each other and they're, you know.
We didn't have time to play it, but it was 3 steaks. Everyone loves 3.
Oh, 3 steaks. 3 steaks, Pam.
And listen, before we go, I mean, this breaks my heart. You don't want to do theatre anymore.
Oh.
Stage fright?
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Also, you put your shift in. Come on, you've been there with the icons.
I've put my shift in it, and it was my favourite thing. I absolutely loved it.
Listen, thank you so much.
But no more.
Here we go. Returns tonight. Double bill, 9 o'clock on BBC One. Thank you. Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
Listen, now, this weekend marks 1 year since the 2024 Olympics kicked off in Paris.
Yeah, the Games saw our next guest scoop his 5th Olympic medal, making him Britain's most decorated diver ever. The win was made even more emotional after the Games as Tom Daley announced he's retiring from professional diving. But a year on, he's stepping into a new platform to raise awareness of an all-important cause. Hello, you.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
So good to see you.
What a treat.
Good to see you too.
So, I mean, listen, let's just have a little, deep dive into the career while we got you.
Like what you did there.
Does that feel like a year ago?
It does feel like a long time because I'm so used to training every day, 5 hours a day, 6 days a week I was training, to then, kind of stop. It's so weird. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, what am I to do today?
You do a bit of knitting, don't you?
Yeah, I do a bit of knitting. I drop the kids off at school, and then it's just a very different thing to not have to live your life thinking about diving all the time.
When you were training, was it literally was it in the weights gym? Was it running?
Yeah. I mean, 60% I would say was dry land. So we would do gymnastics, we would do weightlifting, we'd do cardio classes, sprint classes, you name it. We kind of have to use nearly every muscle in your body when you're diving because you're flying through the air, all the G-force, the twists and the turns, so you have to kind of get it right.
What I never understand about diving is when you see things so I love jumping off stuff into things, which is one of the reasons why, thankfully, you're here today. So I love water, and I love jumping off, I don't know, rocks or whatever into water. But you don't have to be too high up to hurt yourself, do you? It's weird.
Yeah, no, it is quite I think people often underestimate water, and that's, I think what's kind of, for me as a parent now, I find it so important about water safety.
It's frightening, isn't it?
Yeah, and having kids being able to swim at a young age is important, but then also not underestimating the fact that as you get older, your relationship with water kind of changes because, especially when it comes to summer, you might have a few drinks by the pool, and then the dangers of that, because 1 in 4 drownings actually occur because of alcohol.
Really?
And when it's over 20 degrees, the risk of that is 5 times higher.
But this is really close to your heart, isn't it?
Yeah.
Water safety is definitely close to your heart. And you don't realise, when you have a drink, how you don't know what you're doing. Sometimes you just don't know, and you're out of your depth. Your reactions are a lot slower. People don't realise it, do they?
Yeah, people don't realise, and I think it can often catch people off guard as well. And, and since I've been knitting and crocheting and all that kind of stuff, I've actually crocheted a pair of heat-sensitive trunks with Malibu,
of course,
right? Where over 20 degrees, they change colour to try and hopefully raise some awareness about the danger of when it's over 20 degrees, it's 5 times more likely.
Presumably, that's a tight knit.
I want to see
the weave there is tight.
You
can't be doing any baggy knits if
don't want any baggy knits. You don't want it to be too loose. You want everything
the guys are hanging out.
Yeah, yes, everything's got to be in its place. Especially diving. When you hit the water at 35 miles an hour, you don't need anything to be out of place.
To be coming off.
You need it as close
no one's hanging
and
loose
compact to you as possible.
Do you miss it, Tom?
I really miss it.
Do ya?
I literally think, you know, I knew there was always going to have to be a time where I'd have to, like, hang up my trunks, if you like, and not get back in the pool. But I think about it every day going back, because I'm always like, I literally loved it. It was like my happy place. Like, you know, my friends, my teammates getting to travel, all of that stuff was so much fun. It's just, you know, I kind of have aged out. Like, I've been doing it for so long now that, you know, most people retire between maybe like 24 and 27.
Do they?
And I went until I was 30. So, like, you know, it was...
Isn't that weird to think, because we sort of always know you as such a young guy. It's weird to think of you with the old man of the circuit when you
Yeah.
That's so strange.
I know, I went from being like the 13-year-old, 14-year-old on the team at my first Olympics, and then all of a sudden going to Paris, and I was the, you know, the granddad of the team with 2 kids.
Just picking up on drink diving, what advice would you give? Because looking down at 236,000 people die a year from drowning worldwide. So, but you want to curtail, you don't want to curtail fun. So what advice would you give to people?
I think it's just, if you think about it and you're just really aware and responsible when you're drinking near a pool, whether it's a pool party or you want a couple of drinks by the lake, the river, going to the beach, whatever it may be, just think about it and think twice and have it at the front of your mind, because if you just have it there, that you're aware of it, I think that can make a, you know, and the whole message is really don't drink and dive.
And look after each other, do you know what I mean? Look after each other. Now, listen, you've got a dream. Haven't you? You've got a dream you've always wanted to do in your life. What is it?
Well, I can't believe I actually mentioned this, because basically when I was younger, they did this local radio thing where they were going around schools, you could apply to read out the weather on the radio. And my friend got chosen, Harriet, right? And I was so jealous that she got to do it, and I've never got to do the weather.
Well, sadly for you, Harriet has just turned up. Then I had to break it to you, Tom, but you're going to be benched again.
I was going to get my chance.
You are going to get
I can confirm I've done the weather before. You're going to love it. So we are going to make this dream come true, aren't we, today? And you're going to actually do this.
I can't wait.
But listen, before you get in the zone, have to talk celeb traitors. What can you tell us?
I would love to tell you everything.
Did you knit in there?
We had Mark Bonner on.
I can't say anything. All I can say is we all had a lot of fun.
We had Mark Bonner on the couch, and he was great. Sung like a canary, he did.
We know about the WhatsApp group.
Did you? Was it something you really wanted to do?
I've been a huge fan of the Traitors since I've watched all of the UK, US, Australia, New Zealand. Like, I love it. I play it like, you know, like the board game versions of it with my son, and when we have games nights.
I love Traitors.
I can't wait to listen.
Are you going to do the weather in your trunks?
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, you'll have to wait and see.
World Drowning Prevention Day is tomorrow. Thanks for coming and talking about it.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
Now, when former Little Mix star Jessie Nelson discovered she was having twins with her partner Zion, she was over the moon.
But when she announced her pregnancy to her fans, posting that she was eating for 3, she had no idea of the challenge the world was about to throw her way.
There are complications that come with having identical twins. The type of twins we are having are called monodimer twins. I am currently pre-stage TTTS, which is twin-to-twin transfusion. Every time I've gone, it's got a little bit worse. Could lead to both babies dying. But it's just really sad that, unfortunately, it does come with its complications, which we had no idea about. Unfortunately, the symptoms have got worse. They have to perform the procedure. It's necessary because it's going to give our babies like the best chance of surviving. Just hoping and praying for the best, really. But it's obviously just really scary.
Jessie spent more than 10 weeks of her pregnancy in hospital due to a rare condition that affects twin pregnancies and can be fatal to the babies.
Thankfully, on the 15th of May, Jessie and Zion became the proud parents of baby girls Story Monroe and Ocean Jade, who join us now on the sofa. Alongside them, the specialist who guide them through every step of the way, Dr. Ruan Willem-Sandera. So nice to see you.
Thank
all
you
of
for having us.
We
made it.
You did it.
You made it, and they're here, and they're healthy, and they're beautiful.
Thank you so much.
So who's who? So you, Jessie, who are you holding?
We actually just swapped right before we came on.
Oh,
but we still get confused.
So this is Ocean.
And this is Story.
And how do you tell the difference? They're exactly the same.
Well, we actually, when they haven't got their hats on,
Ocean, bless her little heart, she's receding a little bit, so that's how I can tell. But when they've got the hats on, it's very hard to tell.
So they're 69 days old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how early did they come?
31 weeks, 5 days. Yeah.
Almost newborn, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
So listen, tell us. Look, every pregnancy comes with ups and downs and complications. So tell us when you realised it was going to be different.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, when we first found out we were having twins, which was just crazy.
Oh yeah.
We were like ecstatic. We was like over the moon about it.
Does it run in the family?
No.
Oh,
so it was a complete surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish you'd seen Zian's face. You'd like, seen a ghost when we found out. But so I had the scan, and immediately we were told, right, the guy that was scanning us was like, right, I'm not going to scan you anymore because I actually need to refer you to a specialist, a twin specialist. And I just thought that was normal, standard, normal.
Yeah.
Next day, went to see Dr. Ruan, and he scanned us. Babies were fine, and then Dr. Ruan sat us down and then basically told us all the complications that can come with the type of twins that we were having. And I just literally felt like I'd been, like, I couldn't believe, like, the percentages and what could potentially happen to them. And I almost felt like from that point, I couldn't really enjoy my pregnancy.
Yeah.
Because I was just constantly worried that something was going to happen. And we were, I think you told us that we can only really take it like 2 weeks at a time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is just like,
Live your life.
how can you, like, we didn't even want to announce it because, and I actually had a threatened miscarriage quite early on as well.
Oh, my goodness.
And from then, even then, I was like, I don't even want to announce it, which is just like, when I think back to it now, it actually makes me feel so sad because it's like, when you're pregnant, that should be like the happiest time of your life. Like, it's so exciting.
And
but
you
we
want
were
to share that.
We were so scared to announce it in case anything happened. I mean, thank God, like, everything's gone well. But we had no idea that this can happen with twins.
And Zian, and as a partner, as a man, you want to be there doing everything you can, and yet you're so helpless.
100%, literally. I just felt like, whilst Jess was going through it all, I literally just felt, just words of reassurance.
Yeah.
That's all I could do. And just trying to stay positive, even though we knew kind of the risks. I was just really trying to stay positive.
In that
situation.
I'm so lucky I did have him, though, because I feel like if I didn't, I'd have gone mental.
Do you know what I've enjoyed? I've enjoyed following the story and seeing your relationship, how beautiful it is. It's absolutely a beautiful relationship of just love. And I just was so rooting for them, these babies to come through.
Yeah.
And part of the person who helped this happen is Dr.
hero.
Ruhan.
Literally.
Dr. Ruhan, can you just tell us about the actual condition that Jessie had? Because I know the baby shared the same placenta, is that right?
That's right. So monochorionic twins, identical twins, share a single placenta. And even though each baby has its own part of that placenta, there are blood vessels that join the two together. So, in effect, they share a single circulation, which does mean more complications, such as twin-twin. And anything that happens to one baby has a direct impact on the other baby.
Does that happen to every identical twin? They will share them?
No. So twin-twin occurs in about 15%, so about 1 in 6 of these pregnancies.
And what does that mean, the twin-twin?
So
is that the TTTS?
Yes, the twin-twin transfusion syndrome, or TTTS. That's really related to the blood vessels that join the two parts of the circulation together. Normally, they allow blood to flow in both directions, so it's an equal flow of blood. But when you develop twin-twin, there's an unequal flow of blood. So one baby's getting just too little blood, doesn't grow as well, doesn't produce much urine, and unfortunately, that baby can become severely anemic. But the opposite is happening to the other baby. The other baby's getting too much blood flow and can go into heart failure. And so it's when it becomes significant, it's without us doing anything, unfortunately, it's got a very high chance of miscarriage.
What do you do?
Well, what we can do is to try and cure the problem, because the problem are those blood vessels joining the two together. We can put a telescope into the womb, have a look at the inside of the placenta, identify those blood vessels, and with the laser, burn them away. So we leave each baby with its own part of that placenta, and there isn't this unequal flow of blood between the two.
Cut back to these two. Right?
No, I know. And it's just so mad, because even when Ruan told us, like, you're pre-stage TTS, you actually haven't got it yet. It hasn't got to stage 1.
It's only if you get to this situation.
Yeah, I still felt, and every time we were going for scans, it was getting a little bit worse, a little bit worse. I still felt like we didn't think it was going to happen. I still didn't feel like I was going to have the procedure. I felt like I was a bit like, I don't know, in denial about it. And then when we went, and that literally happened within, like, that happened so quickly. Because I was being scanned weekly to be, like, closely monitored.
Yeah.
And I think I'd come to see you on the Tuesday, and then it was on the Thursday.
So he told you the symptoms?
No, so I'd been told, like, weeks prior to that I had pre-stage TTTS, and then every time I was going to be scanned, it was getting worse and worse. And then I'd, like, have my weekly scans, and then right before I had the actual laser, Ruan had said, like, you know, I do think we're getting to the stage where we're going to have to perform the procedure. And there were symptoms to look out for. It was like if your belly gets really tight, like a drum, if you're struggling with your breathing. And 2 days after my scan, we'd gone to the park and I couldn't even walk because I was just, like, so out of breath. But it's so hard when you're pregnant with twins as well, because what is normal and what's not?
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, well, I've got twins, so of course I'm going to be out of breath. And of course my belly's going to be really tight. I'm growing 2 humans. And then it was thanks to Zahn, actually, that I said to him, like, can you feel my belly? Because I've actually got, like, I've got so used to feeling like this, I don't know what's normal anymore.
And did you feel something different, Zion?
Yeah, because I'd obviously been feeling it throughout the pregnancy, but this specific time, it just felt really, really tight. Like, my fingers couldn't go in.
Right.
Yeah,
And
like, you know,
was
when you
one of
press it, it goes a little bit squidgy. It just wasn't like that at all. And then so I rung...
one of the signs that Dr. Ruan had said to watch out for.
So we called and he was like, just come in, like, just better to be safe than sorry. And then that day I had to have the procedure and it just was just like...
I felt like overnight, we literally went from pre-stage to, like, have to have the procedure now. And that procedure is not even, like, guaranteed to work. And I think that was another thing that was, like, terrifying. Even when you was just explaining it, it brings back the emotions of anxiety that we had. It's just... Yeah.
So what is that procedure? And then obviously Jessie had you went into labour pretty quickly after that, didn't you?
So the procedure is a fetoscopic laser, and it is a high-risk procedure, and we only do it when the risk of not doing it are greater than the risk of doing it.
Yeah.
And by this stage, because things had got, you know, worse so quickly, we didn't have a choice. We had to do the procedure.
Can I just ask, Doc, did you feel like an added pressure that you had Jessie on your table? Like, she's telling the whole world about what's going on. Did you have that added pressure of thinking, oh, we've got to look after these babies?
Actually, I was telling Jessie earlier that when I was looking after her, she was in my environment, so I was calm as anything. Now I'm in her environment, is a completely different kettle of fish. But no, you know, Jessie was one of my patients, and that's the way we dealt with it. Yeah.
But even when he was doing the procedure, he was just having a casual conversation with George, your right-hand man, and I just remember laying there thinking, oh, my God.
It's unbelievable,
so
isn't it? The calm.
It's crazy.
And the serenity they have.
Honestly.
You're in the most, which helps so much. I mean, the medical profession are unbelievable for that, aren't they?
Yeah,
because you're in the most stressful position that you or your family are in.
But that you need that. Yeah. Like, that's what made me feel, like, reassured and calm when it was all happening.
How quickly did you go into labour after that?
So after that, so was I
10 weeks?
10 weeks, after that, which was
And the babies had to stay in hospital for a bit as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
They were premature.
Yeah.
After that, after the procedure, we had to stay in hospital for those 10 weeks.
No!
We stayed in hospital for those 10 weeks.
So we practically lived in hospital, which was a real journey. But do you know what? The staff and the hospital...
Got to know everyone.
It was lovely.
I sing for everyone.
It's interesting, though, when you spend time in hospital, because it becomes your bubble in a
most
really
people,
weird way.
if you told, I feel like if most people you said, all right, you're going to spend 10 weeks in hospital, they'd be like, oh, God. But for me, I don't know if it's because where I was in, like, such a state of fear all the time in my pregnancy, I felt safe to be there. I actually didn't want to go home. Like, when there was times when Dr. Ruan would say, like, OK, you could potentially go home, I was like, no.
Yeah. Can you come home with me, please?
Yeah, literally.
What's incredible is you really want to raise awareness for this condition. You've done a marathon. You've raised a load of money. Well done, Zion.
Thank you so much. That was, like, so hard. I don't even know how to describe
At what point was you like, oh, I can't do this anymore?
I think it's like
mile?
Going over Tower Bridge. I don't even know what mile that is. But it's like near
13,
the middle.
That's halfway.
Yeah, that's like in the middle.
So good.
And I was thinking to myself, I'm basically dying now. I've got to do that all over again now.
Yeah. Oh, you did so well.
What was beautiful, Jess was obviously in hospital, but our friends and family put her on FaceTime. So as I was running past and I saw them, Jess was just on FaceTime crying.
And I was like, ow, You're doing so well.
Oh, but you were crying for the rest of the journey.
Dr. Ruan, what would you say if people are worried at all about this, if they've got twins and they're thinking... So what's the best way to educate yourself about it?
So I think it is really... I mean, there are plenty of charities and plenty of websites that you can look at, but it's just knowing that there is help out there.
Yeah.
And, you know, there are things that we can do to help even a really complex, difficult situation.
Brilliant.
To hopefully get a good outcome just like this.
Thank you so much.
We've got a little gift for you as
So
well.
having a hug during the break, I tell you.
Go and get the gift back.
Oh, that's
We've got a little gift for you. Thank you for bringing them in.
fine. Thank you so much.
Do you want to have a look?
Yeah.
Shall I do it? You're going to love it. There's one each. I love this morning. There it is.
Oh, you should have given it
There's
to us before.
two.
How long we could have put them in?
I know, but it's for you anyway.
Oh, thank
There
you
go.
so much. That's so kind of you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having us.
We're going to have a snuggle. Let's throw to the loose women and have a snuggle. Hi, everyone. I just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. Welcome back to This Morning. Now, we've got a story now that proves even the most savvy can be fooled by fraudsters.
The broadcaster and former Strictly champ Aurea Duba thought he knew the telltale signs of a scam, but in a post online, he revealed he fell for someone impersonating a hero of his hook, line and sinker. Take a look.
I got an email from the Mel Robbins podcast team. It was from Mel. I told Mel everything. I never thought I'd be the person that was going to be scammed. Oh, didn't mention the fact that I got another email from fake Mel asking me a whole bunch of questions. Really deep digging. And it made me think, if I was more vulnerable, if I was older, if I didn't know anything about this world, and I had sent all of this information, you start finding yourself in the middle of a hole that you don't even know how to climb out of.
Oh, Aurea joins us now.
Morning.
Hey, I'm telling you, this is crazy that you, of all people, have been scammed like this. And I know you're a massive fan of Mel Robbins, like we all are.
Yeah,
Let them.
I'm crazy about Mel Robbins. And
Can you explain who Mel Robbins is to people that don't know who Mel?
Well, she's been on the sofa quite recently.
She's a motivator, isn't she?
She's an incredible person. She's a self-development hero. She wrote this book, The Let Them Theory, that she came on to promote only a few months ago. And essentially, I found her at a point in my life where I was kind of very vulnerable. I was needing someone to help me find the tools to get out of something very difficult. And immediately, a lot of uncertainty. Essentially, it's about finding ways to not let other people control your emotions, your actions and your behaviours. And immediately, I felt lighter from this woman and the tools that she was.
So she's probably helped you, right?
It was somebody you needed at that time, wasn't it?
Totally transformed my outlook on my life, yeah. So she came in at a place where I really needed her.
And there you were, you went on Loose Women to talk about it because it was so life-changing for you, wasn't it?
Yeah. In January this year, I was promoting being on Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and I went on Loose and I thought, do you know what, this feels like a really good opportunity to tell people about this woman who's kind of changed my life, really. I've adopted her as my own little life coach. And at that point, I was just beginning a kind of new self-development and really finding out a bit more about myself. And essentially, when you're quite vulnerable, if you find something that helps hook you out of a difficult place, it's really, really powerful.
Sure.
So I actually reposted that interview after she'd been on this sofa, after she'd done an interview with Davina on her podcast and Fern Cotton on her podcast.
I'm surprised you haven't met her.
Well, here was the thing. I was like, hold on, she's been in the country, she's on a tour. I'm her #1 fan.
Yeah.
Where's our meetup? So I reposted that interview.
So what happened then?
So after that, then my agent got an email from what we believed was Mel Robbins. We got an email from Mel Robbins.
And what did the email say?
The email said, I've heard that you're a huge fan of our podcast. I would love to know your stories, your approach to our podcast really helps make us better. Tell us what the podcast has done and how it's changed your life.
So the fact that that had come through your agent, I think I would have believed that.
Immediately, I thought it was a professional...
Because already it's been through one...
Yeah.
It's been through a gatekeeper, right?
Yeah, they've looked at it, they've checked it.
And in a way, I thought, I've been waiting my whole life for this. So I said to my agent, Sam, I said, mate, I've got this covered. I will take this on. And I then sent an email back. I took about 2 days to collect my thoughts and then tell Mel everything, how she had taken me from a really dark place and helped me take the tools to regain my control of my life. I told Mel everything. Like 12 pages worth of information.
Oh, wow. So, like, really personal stuff.
Really personal stuff. And Mel was so sensitive and so caring. And I think the thing that was really insidious about it was the language that Mel was giving back, because I was giving this person information and coming back so sensitively. Thank you so much for telling this story. I think it's really, really going to help a lot of people. I feel that we were drawn together at this moment. I feel like what you can do now is going to change a lot of people's lives. And it was kind of everything I guess I wanted to hear.
So that's nice. When did the red flags start?
They were kind of there from early on, Dermot, and it's so strange when you find yourself in a place where you're like, this is what I need to hear. I actually feel like there was a perfect cocktail of my vulnerability, connection, and a hint of desperation, because I was desperate to meet this hero of mine, and the language was so kind of connected. It really made me feel like there was somebody who was kind of bringing out this olive branch to me. And you know, me and our family have been through a lot recently, and even at the point where I got a second email inviting me to be on Mel Robbins' podcast, it was on the day that we were going to plant a tree in honour of my sister. We lost my sister 3 months ago. They took their life.
So you were actually grieving as well?
We were grieving.
A lot of grief.
We were grieving, and I felt like a sign. It felt like it was exactly the point that Mel should come into my life and offer this incredible opportunity, which is when the tears went. And at that point, you've seen red flags, you've seen things that you think are a little bit untoward, but you go, here's everything I knew was headed my way, I'm in. And that's the hook. That's how they get you.
So after the hook, on that vulnerability. I guess my question is,
what do they want?
What do they want? Who knows what they want?
Did they ask you for any money at all?
At this point, I mean, this correspondence has been going on for about 3 weeks. So beyond that, they were kind of in.
About you?
There was another email. They were asking questions about. They wanted to know about if I'd had a podcast. They wanted to know where I lived. There was a lot of kind of personal information that they wanted to know. I twigged kind of at this point.
Okay.
But it made me think, just at that point when I put that video out, it made me think, had this gone on longer, had I not had a professional idea about how this worked and thought to go to the Mel Robbins official website and check out the official email address, I probably would have carried this on to the point that we've got a genuine connection. I'm going to do everything I need to do to continue this because I'm desperately hoping and knowing that I'm going to get on that podcast.
And you was in a dark place at that time as well.
So it was so easy.
What do you think that would have involved? A financial transaction? Or?
Well, let me put it this way. There was a point where fake Mel was asking me where I'm from. And I had convinced myself that was because she wanted to know where to book the flight from to send me over to Boston to be a podcast guest.
Do you know what? I think they were fishing. I think that was a phishing scam. They were fishing for information.
And the thing that's really terrifying is because it's not unusual, the scamming, whether it's phishing, whether it's, I've been hearing so much about Jordan Stevens talking about sextortion with boys who have low self-esteem, they're looking for that connection, and immediately they find people online who are preying on that vulnerability, and they're giving information away, they're giving images away, and before they know it, they're in a shame bubble, a shame hole that they can't get out of. It's just so insidious. It's so prevalent, and it's really, really terrifying. Because as you said, Alison, I don't think I'm stupid.
All right, what were you? So how did you work out? How did you work out? Was it like the extra L, or you going on the website and realising, you know, there's no way that they use the right address, or I don't know. How did you work?
In my case, the last straw was having gone through my agent, fake Mel, because for a long time I've been saying Mel, and it just seemed really bizarre. Fake Mel said, we can keep it on this email thread. It was a personal email thread. We can keep all the information here. We don't need to go anywhere else. And I thought, I just don't think that's... Even coming here, you know, there's a professional element, there's a researcher, you know, go through the agent. I thought that's just not how I thought it would happen. So I thought before I committed myself, and like I said, there was a really important family affair happening that day, and I just thought, before I really go there and commit myself to this, I just need to do a little bit of due diligence. And immediately...
I'm so glad you did.
It was so obvious that something was happening.
Do you know what? All right. So many people keep it secret when they get scammed. Yeah. I'm so glad you're on this show talking about it, because people will see you and think it can happen to anyone.
It really can.
Be vigilant.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Thank you so much.
And what was so lovely, beyond that, and if it wasn't for fake Mel, the real Mel wouldn't have got in touch.
And she has now,
2 nights ago, I got a DM from Mel Robbins saying...
Do you know what?
But did you? Connect. Who knows? Who knows?
Do you know what?
Very confused.
You are going to meet her one day. You are gonna. He's gonna meet her one day. I know it. She's gonna watch this now, and she's gonna be like, "I need to meet this man."
Yeah, it has to be her.
It's gonna
Can't be
happen.
AI her.
I can't wait. I hope so. I hope so.
Thank you for sharing
Love
your
you
story.
both.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lovely to see you.
Hi everyone, just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. Now, I'm very excited because they met as dance partners on Strictly Come Dancing in 2018. And after lifting the trophy together, the pair started dating and I was all for it. I loved it.
7 years later, the couple are working together as they swap the glitter ball for the ghost story. Stacey, Deeley and Kevin Clifton are here to tell us about it. Hello.
What a pair. I'm so late.
I love the fact you two just came in like 20 minutes early. I feel like we've done an interview off camera.
So professional. You
So
were
nice
here
to see you.
early.
You know what?
Hang out with you.
Yeah.
I love that. It's so nice.
22. They're back in the game.
Yes.
They're acting together.
A ghost story. It's very scary. I mean, firstly, is it nice to be back together, working together?
Are you finding it, Kev?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a bit more awkward. Like that first day, I thought we'd be sort of having to get over it a little bit. And like, you know, you've been really serious with each other, but you know each other from home. So you start giggling like you're in school or something. I thought that's what it was going to be like. But it's been wicked, actually, hasn't it? You're very professional.
I'm very professional, as you know. No, but I did the play. So I did the play last year, but I had a different Sam. So I was sort of familiar with it anyway, so it gives you a bit more confidence going in, because it's not my world, you know, theatre's not my world necessarily, but I just so enjoyed the experience. And then when the tour, you know, the idea of the tour came up, it was sort of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the gang, all of us, we're going on tour.
Presumably, because when you, like, dance together, you'd have been the boss.
Yes.
You're not the boss anymore.
No.
So this is a bit more kind of 50-50.
Well, he's not
actually, you're the experienced one here, right? Because you've done the play before.
Yeah, no, I guess. I mean, and I was sort of, you know, joking with him or whatever the first day. I was going, Kev, I don't want you to feel daunted. I don't want you to, I don't want you to feel like you can't ask me questions if you need any help.
You played the original Sam that you...
Joe McFadden.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, and I had to sort
That's to live up to now.
I actually had a fling. I had a love affair with Donna Eyre last year. So she was, she was Lauren. But we've got such a lovely cast this time round as well. Siobhan and Grant.
Yeah, Grant Kilburn, Siobhan Marks are on stage with
Lauren
us.
and Ben.
Unbelievable actors.
Tell us the story. For people that don't know, because I think some people see the poster and go 222, go story, and we see the sort of changing cast. But what is the actual story?
So, in a nutshell, it's a dinner party that happens over one evening, and the couple whose house it is, which is ours, they've got a newborn baby, and Stacey's character keeps hearing things, and she thinks there's a ghost in the house. And I've returned home from work, and I'm a total sceptic, and I'm like, you are losing your mind. You know, there's no such thing as ghosts. And it's basically, do you believe or not? And the other couple comes round and they're sort of arguing about it, and it gets awkward. And in the end, Stacey's character says, because she keeps hearing it at 2:22 a.m., this ghost.
Oh, that's why the 222.
Yeah, and she says, we're all going to stay here until 2:22, and you're going to believe me. And the play is that, the events of the night leading up to 2:22. And it's, is there a ghost or isn't there?
And essentially, I suppose it makes the audience think about whether they're team sceptic or team believe. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a conversation that's been, you know, sort of floating around for however many years, and it really makes you think about, like, your sort of fundamentally, what do you believe? What are you sort of up for believing in potentially? It's wicked. It's such a great night. You've seen it, Alison.
I've seen it, obviously you can't tell anybody about the ending or what happens, so you have to keep it secret. All I can say is I was scared.
Fine.
It's a ghost story that will scare you in your seats. And you don't think that would happen in a theatre, but it does. You're taking this on tour.
Yeah.
So what's happening to the little one, Minnie?
We're dragging her along.
You're not.
We're dragging her. She's a good sport, isn't she?
Yeah.
So I suppose because she's, and you'll know more than me, but because she's always been on the move, she's quite adaptable. I took her to a brothel in Nevada when she was 8 months.
A brothel? I was stuck in the trailer outside the brothel with her for like 3 days and 3 nights. Reading the same book.
Is that for one of your documentaries?
Yeah, we had to get special permission off the sheriff because she was under 18. I mean,
oh my goodness, thank you.
Anyway,
for clearing that up.
Yeah. It was all above board. But dragging her around regional theatres, she'll have a great time.
I hope so.
Isn't it lovely that you can take your baby with you though, and you're together?
I think that was like a massive sort of selling point for us. We're both fans of the show, and I so enjoyed it last year. And then I thought, well, the whole family, and probably before she starts school or whatever, a bit more tied down, it's probably now's the time to be doing it. And without sounding like too earnest or, you know, I so believe that it's really important to tour. I think, you know, it was such a treat doing it in the West End last year, but not everyone can get to London. You know, so I love the idea that it's a bit more accessible. You know, it might be 20 minutes down the road from where you are. I can't wait.
Stacey, do you find, given what you do for a living, you can't be a sceptic wherever you go? You have to walk in with wide open.
Yeah.
Like, not judging anyone and trying to see, you know, how other people walk in their shoes. So does that affect how you've approached the play in terms of that scepticism or belief?
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I always try and go in. I mean, we all have maybe consciously, subconsciously, maybe prejudices that we're sort of trying to get rid of. But I try and go into most environments or situations with a really open mind, you know? And,
I think because of that, though, as well, it makes... She's not going to say this, but it makes her a really good actor. Because it was the first time she was doing this last year. And, I mean, I've been training for years, and then I went and watched her, and she was just...
so good.
Immediately brilliant.
Some people have just got it, Kevin.
Some people have just got it. What's that opening night like? I can't imagine. It must have been so brilliant and scary at the same time.
Golden, yeah. I mean, it was kind of... You know, I was mindful that people were going to be like, oh, she's never done this before. But I had to audition, you know, and there were lots of other people going for the role. I thought, I'm just going to enjoy it. Yeah. And actually, on the one hand, because I hadn't done it before, there were no real expectations.
Yeah.
But it was a scream. And as soon as I started, I thought, well, I want to do more of this.
Right.
And to get to do it with Kev and, you know, bring the baby. And my mum's coming, Kev's mum's coming. It's like a real family affair.
Aww.
But people will love the play. Like, it's a brilliant, brilliant play. Yeah. Come see us.
We are definitely going to come see you. Best of luck with that.
Thank you.
Can I just ask, do you still dance in the kitchen?
Kev won't dance unless he's being paid.
Oh, it's all about... Pay him!
Man, no, I haven't got the money.
Pay him!
I haven't got the money. Yeah. But I love dancing around the house. And we put the radio on in the morning. Sometimes we have you on at Radio 2. And the baby will be dancing around, won't she?
She loves it, yeah.
She loves it.
And what about the
Strictly... Give her a shout-out.
What about the Strictly rumours? Are you excited about... I mean, Danny
Yes,
Dyer?
who's going to be it?
Danny Dyer?
That would be...
It's a rumour.
Is it girl Danny Dyer?
Young girl Danny Dyer.
She's
She'd
great.
be great, yeah.
That would be
really...
brilliant.
Paul Brunson.
It'll be good.
Apparently, it's a rumour.
Didn't they say...
We haven't had anything confirmed yet.
No, nothing's confirmed.
I'd like to see... I want to see Clodagh do it. I think Clodagh would be great.
Clodagh would be great.
Listen, we can run out of time.
Yes, sorry.
Sorry.
Thank you. 222 Ghost Story on tour starts August and tickets are out now. Thank you, too.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. Now, we've been following their charitable success here on This Morning for almost a decade now.
After setting up the Murray Parish Trust in 2014, acting power couple Jim Murray and Sarah Parish have raised almost $5 million to support seriously ill kids across the country.
And in recognition of their incredible work, last week the pair were both awarded MBEs and they join us on the sofa. So obviously, a congratulations is in order. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What have you done with the bag? Why are you not wearing them everywhere you go? I think you should have them on. I'd be literally wearing it around.
They're actually quite big, aren't they? They're
big.
quite chunky. You wouldn't, you wouldn't wear it. Mine's in the office. I don't know where yours is. Where's yours?
It's downstairs, Lou.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
You both look great. Jim, look at you in the kilt. You look
getting
wonderful.
married again.
I know, it is a lovely picture, isn't it?
We took the opportunity to renew our vows. Right?
You know, you should have. You look beautiful.
So lovely.
Thank you.
And what was it like meeting His Majesty the King?
Oh, it was great.
It was great. He was so lovely. He was really, really interested in what we were doing, and we had a really good chat with him, didn't we?
We got double the time with
double
him.
time,
because we both went up together.
Two of you,
two of us.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's amazing.
He actually thanks you, doesn't he?
He does,
He comes and
he
thanks
knows, you know, he's done his background work. He knows about the charity. He knows everything about you. It was a really lovely. It was a real privilege, wasn't it, and an honour. Yeah.
Oh. So talk us through where we are with the charity now.
Go on.
Well, so we were the Murray Parish Trust, which was, as we've just said, we raised around £5 million for paediatric facilities across the north. That's what south even the south. Sorry, I'm from the north. And that title, if you like, was associated very much with that effort. And we have noticed along our journey there's a huge need for the mental well-being of seriously ill children and their families. Huge, and there is no charity that's solely dedicated to that in the country. So we thought we would become that charity and step into that role and because of that, we needed a new name, a bold new mission, and we've become the Imagine This charity, where we imagine people, we invite people to imagine, A, what it's like to be going through that if you're unlucky enough to have a seriously ill child, but B, more importantly, imagine a world where there's hope and the support for every single seriously ill child and their family in this country. So that's the plan. By 2035, we want to support them all.
We'd like to reach every seriously ill child by 2035.
So that's your mission.
That's our
what
mission.
You're gonna
that's
achieve.
what we want
have accepted that mission.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this. So beautiful. And obviously it's all in memory of your daughter, Ella Jane, who passed away in 2009, aged just 9 months.
Yeah.
So when you talk about mental health of children, what happens? Do they normally get cured of cancer, but nobody looks at the deeper side of things? And
yeah, exactly that, Alison. You know, obviously with the NHS, their priority is to medically look after the child and make them better, whatever their medical. The mental health of the child goes by the wayside because there's no time. You know, there's no time. They don't have the money. And a happy child and a creative child is going to get better much more quicker than a child stuck in bed not doing anything all day. So what we hope to do is bring in drama, art, music therapy, yoga, meditation, things that children can get behind and use their imagination, use their creativity. And that just sort of gives them a little lift, and their family as well. You know, more often than not, either the mum or dad's going to have to give up work to look after the kid, the sibling becomes a carer, the whole it's like putting a time bomb in a family and setting it off.
That was such a good point you made as well. I didn't think about that. Like, you don't think about the aftercare, because you know, it's one thing to look after these kids mentally when they're there.
Yeah.
But then a lot of them could have PTSD further down the line.
Many of them do. You know, they go on, they have serious problems in life with their mental health if it's not nipped in the bud at the beginning. So we want to get in there right at the beginning, make sure they're looked after, their brain is cared for as well as the illness that they have, and just set them on the right course, really.
I love the fact that you're using what you know. Acting, dancing, music, drama. I mean, I've seen the change, and you see children go in to do acting. They're like a little shell. They just literally open up. It's so soothing and so great for mental health.
And we've got these amazing people working for us who can adapt all these classes to children who can't even get out of bed. You know, they can adapt anything they do to suit any child. So we really don't want to leave any stone unturned. We want every child to get this benefit.
Speaking of adapting, it is incredible what you've done, because you've set up this charity, a very successful charity. And then, like anything, charities evolve, right? And the need evolves. So to be able to carry on doing your jobs and to pivot, how hard is that?
Well, it's hard, but we're surrounded by...
We've got a great team.
Supporters. We have a lot of volunteers, and we sort of pride ourselves a little bit on being a charity where very, very little of people's donations goes on the operating costs. It all goes to the cause, a huge percentage.
We're still a kitchen table charity, really, where we've got a few employees, but we try and keep the, spend to a minimum.
But to pivot on the mission as well, which is quite...
It is.
But hard to underestimate how hard that is.
Yeah, the mental health of children, especially over the last 10 years, has spiralled out of control. And that's just well children. Seriously ill children, it's even worse. So, you know, we thought this is a real gap in the system that we've got to fill it.
I'm not sure whether it's spiraled, it's just suddenly there's a spotlight on it.
Yeah.
Especially since COVID, as you were saying earlier, since lockdown, the alarm bells are going off about how much need and support, especially seriously ill children, need. Imagine that news landing on your doorstep.
But it's not just the children as well, it's their families, siblings, parents as well. You're going to help them as well, aren't you?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
How's you got, what, a 15-year-old now?
Yeah, Nelly,
Now,
How is she?
She's great.
The kitchen table isn't more like this.
Yeah.
I'll be there in a minute. Those two.
What time does she get up?
I can guarantee she won't be watching this.
She won't be watching this. We told her we were on. She was like, yeah, right, great. What channel?
But we hope that she'll do a bit of work for charity. I mean, we sort of said to her, look, you get the word out there at the school, because we're always trying to get people involved, because we can't do it without the public's help.
We rely solely on public support.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
we said to her, make it your mission, get round that school, make sure all the parents get on board.
You know what? It's going in. She's watching you. She's watching everything. You're juggling life, you're juggling work. I know you're in a Netflix series together, but you're not working together.
No.
We're in the same show, but we don't have
We don't have any scenes together.
At all?
No.
They missed the PR trick there, didn't they?
I know, it's quite nice.
What's that about? Can you tell us about that?
Geek Girl.
Geek
It's
Girl.
season 2 and 3.
Yeah, 2 and 3. So it was on, wasn't it, last year, Geek Girl?
Yeah, it was.
It's a series of
hit.
books that have been made into a drama series. It's great.
About a neurodivergent teenager who becomes a model.
A model, yeah.
I'm the headmaster. Sarah is the head of the model agency.
Oh, wow. Both heads.
Both heads.
Both heads.
And can you tell us about... Oh, go on.
Oh, yeah,
What are you
I
gonna
know
do?
exactly what he's going to say.
Star-studded concert.
Yeah, who's going there?
Concert.
Are we going?
Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be really good. So we're doing a big Christmas concert. It's our first sort of big event out of Hampshire.
We're both free.
Yeah, oh, you'll be coming, don't worry. We've got... Who have we got? We've got David Tennant, Olivia Colman, David Melder Staunton,
I'm not sure
Hugh
we are free.
Bonneville, Amanda Holden.
That's quite heavyweight.
All coming to read and perform.
Yeah, they're all going to perform.
If you could bring out one of your tricks.
Yeah,
be runners.
Yeah.
You could be runners. We've got Sylvia Young's dance school coming to do some... Oh, it's going to be
lovely.
brilliant. It's going to
Yeah.
be so, so good. So tickets will go on sale in October. And we've got a golf
We
day.
have golf day at Goodwood as well.
Yeah,
People
so
want
if
to
you-
put a team together.
Yeah.
Goodwood.
Are you not doing
Yeah.
a fishing day? Because you love your
We
fishing.
should do a fishing
I
day.
will do a fishing day at some point.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
God,
come and do the
big one.
fishing day.
Pretty much how.
And you know the king likes fishing as well.
Yeah.
You're in with the king now.
He did bring that up,
He
actually, in
brought
our
it up.
chat.
Yeah. I may have worn a tie.
With fish on
That
it.
had fish on
Fish
it.
on it.
Yeah.
And he
loved it.
Yes, he recognised the tie. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Does he fish then?
He does, yeah, he does. He's a big salmon fisherman and a big advocate for salmon conservation. So, yeah, we had a brief chat.
Oh, I bet...
They were like that, move
I
on.
bet you were like, oh,
I
here
was
we
like
go.
that. Come on, hurry up.
Want to go for dinner. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Best
Thank
of
you
luck
very
with it.
much.
Lovely
Imagine
sacrifice.
this is the charity. Everyone look it up.
Yeah, get behind us.
Yeah,
It's
get
going to be
behind
great.
you. Thank you so much. Now,
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning. I mean, I could just listen to that for an hour.
Yeah,
but
just
we wouldn't
run
have
it.
time to talk to you. Tony joined just now.
How you doing,
So
Dan?
nice to
How you
see
doing,
you.
Sean? You right?
Great. I mean, I loved just enjoying that montage with you then.
Honestly, man, reliving some incredible memories.
He looks younger now than he did then.
Oh, do I? Oh,
How'd you
wicked.
do it?
I don't
You
know,
look
man.
incredible.
Whatever juice you're sipping on, I'm sipping on the same thing, mate.
But you're refreshed probably because you've had a bit of time out.
Yeah.
Back with a new single. But do you feel like you've got this new appreciation because you have had a bit of a step out of it for a while?
1000%. So I basically stepped back a bit just to settle down, have kids, all that stuff, you know.
You gotta live life.
Do the school runs,
Yeah.
change nappies, all of that. And then, ended up acquiring a studio. So a studio in Northwest London that's got like 5 amazing studios in it. And I think the two things happening simultaneously kind of just reinvigorated my appetite for wanting to step back into the arena of music. I was watching my kids grow up and I was thinking, wow, they're actually not going to be able to experience me in some of these venues that, like, you know, maybe my siblings did or friends that I grew up with did. I need to do this for them. And then also seeing all these incredible artists coming in and out of my studio and hearing their bangers. I was doing DIY, like painting the walls and like sanding the floors, and people are making bangers. And I was like, nah.
Hang on, I make bangers.
Yeah,
What's
do
going
you know
on?
what I mean? I'm not a carpenter. I need to like get back onto the music. So yeah.
Where did when did you start like, putting pen to paper? Was that kind of quite easy for you to get back into?
Yeah, it was really easy. I think I can kind of make music with my eyes closed at this stage. I've been doing it long enough. But I felt really motivated by the landscape of, like, where we were economically. So as a musician, post-pandemic, obviously during the pandemic, we had nothing going on for us. I dipped into the TV world, tried to come for some of your jobs.
Yeah, we
actually.
saw. We did see.
Yeah, you guys saw that. But yeah, we had virtually no gigs. None of the venues were open. And since then, we've been losing 3 venues a month. So 3 music venues a month in the UK are just disappearing.
Why do you think that is, Ty?
I think a lot of them have struggled to recover from, like, since the pandemic. You know, loads of jobs were affected. I also think it's, like, property developers coming in, trying to acquire the land, turn it into, like, apartments. And, yeah, as a result, we're losing our spaces.
How can we preserve those spaces? Because a lot of those spaces are culturally so important and economically so important to towns and stuff.
100%. And, you know, if you think about, you know, the bouncer that works there, the barmaid, you know, the person that's working at the, you know, when the cloakroom and
Circular
stuff like
economy,
that.
isn't it?
There you go. There's a little, like, cottage economy autonomy in there. So I think the best thing people can do is just keep attending, keep going. I know culture has sort of changed to a certain degree, daytime parties and stuff like that. And, you know, when I'm speaking about this cause, I know there's also so many other things going on in the world that we should be concerned about. However, as an artist, I'm thinking of the next generation of acts, and I'm thinking, you know, if they don't have the same venues that I did, or they have virtually no venues, how are we going to get all these exciting genres like drum and bass and garage and grime and house music that was birthed out of these spaces? And where do you get to do your 10,000 hours, you know, perform in front of 10 people, 20 people, all the way up until 20,000?
Such a good point, because say like an acoustic guitar player might be able to do the odd job in a pub or a wedding or whatever. There is certain genres that don't work in those environments.
Exactly.
You need your clubs, you need your dingy clubs and bars and your underground scene, because you're right. And I think as someone that works in radio, obviously Dermot does as well, during COVID we realised, we appreciated because we lost all those really well produced tracks. You know, music went quite simple, obviously, with what people had.
Yeah, you said it, not me.
Well, I'm just going to say, it was a lot of bedroom DJs, which we can admit. And
in a nice way, you know.
But it's been incredible. I think people appreciate it in a different way now. And, you know, when music started coming back and the big hits started coming back, you go, oh, wow, we've
almost like a sigh of relief,
It was.
100%.
And, you know, you are someone, we said this earlier, listening to all your songs, some people get one track in their life that stands the test of time. You've got 6 or more. I mean, you've got loads of hits, but you've got some that people know every word to.
It's a beautiful thing.
Do you feel so lucky?
Yeah, honestly, man, as I said, you know, I'm essentially a kid from Southeast London, always had this dream of trying to make rap music, especially at a time where rap music wasn't taken that seriously. Obviously, I've incorporated it with loads of different styles and genres, but to be a rapper, you know, 15 years, almost 20 years into my career with records that people are still playing is such a dream. And then going back to what you were saying about nightlife, even for the community itself, you know, that's one place where, regardless of your gender, regardless of your sexual orientation, your race, everybody can come and be together, and that's where incredible memories are formed. You know, we're living in a time of, like, division more than ever. When we're fixated on our screens, the algorithms are doing everything to divide us. I have this opinion, I'm on this side, and it's such a kind of, like, awkward, kind of scary time. And so as simple as it is, you know, music brings joy, it brings people together, and so we need to preserve these spaces. And I'm hoping that my little voice can start off, hopefully, a domino effect of other artists, you know, identifying the problem and being a voice as well.
Let's have a little listen. New single, Eat It Up. Let's take a look.
Now when we live, everybody get hyper. Protect risk, skepsis, got them like raw. Do the numbers, need 100 on the pie chart. And when they ask me where I'm from, I'm a Niger.
Oh, this is great. A bit of drum and bass sneaking back in.
Exactly, do you know what? I was inspired by the drum and bass at the end of Pass Out, the drum and bass and jungle at the end of Frisky. I've always done it, you know, my collaborations in the past with Chase and Status, and I felt like, again, that's a genre of music that, you know, is a hybrid between Caribbean culture and sort of like British dance culture. Nice fusion of it at a time where people would just be raving, there'd be no phones, and it felt like, the right thing.
Oh, your message is clear. I agree that you have to start these conversations. Other artists will follow, but we do need to start getting back in those clubs, getting 100%. Back, living life a bit. I feel like the next generation needs to just enjoy life and not be so maybe glued to your phone. Go and get in the club and enjoy it.
100%, and let's keep some of these institutions alive, because that's what they are. Some of these places are institutions. I hear people that are in their 50s and 60s talk about the Hacienda in Manchester, and, like, we need venues like that we'll be talking about for years to come.
You are so right. And, of course, if you want to listen to that song, I want to hear more of it, obviously, Tiny Temper's brand new single, Eat It Up, is out right now.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
She shocked us with some of her revelations on loose women, including being candid about a health scare, sharing stories of her affairs, and even admitting to keeping roadkill in the freezer.
Yep, check. Check.
We will get to that. Janet Street Porters now says nothing's off limits as she's heading out on her biggest solo tour to date. Good morning.
Good morning.
So nice to see you.
Should we start with the roadkill, Janet?
So I said once that roadkill, I couldn't see anything wrong with eating roadkill if it was freshly killed, not going off on the turn. My partner learned how to butcher it, and venison is a very good meat. low in fat, very nutritious.
Very lean, yeah.
So we put it in the freezer. I ate some, the dog ate some, my partner ate some.
How did you?
I would like to see the video.
How did you find it? Was it?
It's by the side of the road, Ben. That's where roadkill is. It's not hanging from a branch.
But Janet, like you pulled up, you pulled over when, oh look, that looks like a nice.
Funnily enough, that's
you pulled
what
over.
And we also
How did you know it was all right? Like, how did you know it hadn't been there?
Well, it was warm, but it was dead.
No maggots, and it was warm.
All right.
It's got to be dead
We've
and warm.
changed the subject.
There you go. Shall we talk about the tour now?
Yeah, let's talk about the tour and not what's in my freezer.
Let's talk about the tour. Janet, are you excited about it?
Yeah, I am excited. I haven't toured since 2004, so it's over 20 years, 20
It's the comeback tour.
Wow.
It's not a comeback, I've never gone away. What I find now is I toured in 2004, I'd done I'm a Celebrity, I wrote my first memoir about why I didn't get on with my mum, called Baggage, and then I wrote another one called Fallout, about the 10 years after I left home, got married, went to work in Fleet Street, and then I end up in Punk 10 years later, meeting Johnny Rotten and doing films on TV. Both books are now being republished with new material. I've updated them, and I think over 20 years since I last toured, there are a lot of people who haven't seen me on stage. They saw me on the Loose Women tour, but they haven't seen my one-woman show.
In all your glory. Are there going to be any special guests? Like, are you making anything?
The special guest is me.
You're special enough, Janet, aren't you?
I am special. I think well, I'm not saying I'm national treasure, but I think I'm a unique.
I think you are.
I think I'm quite of a one-off. I think the show will be a lot of fun. I'm going to talk about why I turned out like this. I'm going to talk about my childhood, obviously growing up in Fulham, in West London, in a very much working class area.
Oh, look at you, crikey.
Wow.
Yeah, I look quite sweet, but look at the eyes in that photo, can't you already tell?
Yes.
Scheming cow.
No, I'd say adventure, national treasure material.
Yes, I was a fully formed snob at the age of 8 or 9. I looked at my mum and dad, I thought they picked up the wrong baby. I cannot be related to these people. They're just...
Why?
They just weren't right. My sister had dark brown curly hair. I hated her. I just hated her. She was all jolly and she got on so well with my mum and dad. And I was literally in a world of my own. I mean, I feel sorry for them a little bit in retrospect because I was a bit of a cow. I kept diaries and notebooks and I worked in the library after school. I was in endless quiz teams. I was so competitive.
So you loved all that stuff. It's interesting because our phone-in with Deirdre a little bit later on is family rifts, and if you have a struggle with a relationship with a parent or a child or whatever, and that is something that you really experienced, didn't it, going through the difficulty?
Yeah, I did. And I think I went to college to study architecture and they were very excited that thought of me becoming an architect, but then, of course, I jacked it all in and became a journalist. And then I went on into radio and then television. But my mum was a combination of someone who was kind of proud of me, but also jealous at the same time because she'd left school at 14. And I think for a lot of people who have clever daughters who haven't had those opportunities, it is hard. And my relationship with my mother was hard. And my relationship with my sister, I sound so awful now. My relationship with my sister was a bit difficult as well. But towards the end of her life, we did get on extremely well.
But you did amazing things as well. Like, you talk about smashing the glass ceiling, you know, like being editor and...
Yeah, I like to push barriers.
It's
and I was
brilliant, Janet.
I was very lucky to be born at the end of the war and be a baby boomer. And I think, I know these days a lot of people trash baby boomers, but I think my generation were like the first teenagers. We were super trendy. I was a mod. I loved music. I went to blues clubs and jazz clubs from the age of 14. I kept, in my diary, I'd write reviews of who I'd seen. And I found one the other day. I must have seen the Rolling Stones when I was about 16 or 17. And I wrote, saw the Stones. not bad. Just so sneery.
Destined for Fleet Street with that sort of insight.
But there was one person who really liked your work as well. When you made the punk film, and Elton John saw it.
Yeah, I did a film with for ITV. I was doing this series for young people that went out on Sundays.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of films about the emergence of punk. So I filmed The Clash, the Buzzcocks, and I made many films with the Sex Pistols and John Lydon. I also filmed Vivian and Malcolm and the whole thing about seditionaries and all the clothing and fashion. But I suppose to older musicians, like my generation, like Elton is my age, it must have been so astonishing to see this explode. These kids go on stage, you couldn't play their guitars, who are wearing kind of shredded up clothes. Anyway, he rang me up.
Elton?
Elton rang me one Sunday, and my husband went, Elton John's on the phone. I just thought it was a joke. I went to the phone, and I went, yeah. And it was Elton, and he went, look, I know, don't hang up. I've seen the shows. I just think they're amazing. Will you please, please, please come to my house for lunch and let's talk about it. And I want you to tell me what it was like meeting John Lydon and all of that. So anyway, being a bit of a cow, I said, well,
Hold on, Janet. We'll save that for the tour because we've got 5 seconds left for the weather.
But tickets are on sale now.
You'll get the rest of that story if you go to the tour. Here's your local weather. We'll see you in the sun.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. Joe joins us now alongside the Health Secretary, Wes Streeting. Good morning to you, chaps.
Good morning.
Nice to see you. That is so cute. I mean, you can't help but stand up, get motivated, and it's perfect because it's just 5 minutes a session, Joe.
Yeah, I'm quite emotional to see it, you know, on TV and to see the response it's had this morning. We went to a school yesterday and launched it, you know, 44 kids in a room. I just pressed play and they were just from the age of sort of 4 to 7 years old and really got moving. All of them walked out with a big smile on their face. And this is what it's all about. I'm so passionate about this. And it comes back to, you know, back to my childhood. Like, I needed sport and exercise. It changed my life. It helped me with the chaos of living at home with an addict and some with mental health issues. And so I know the importance. And when I connect the dots between movement and exercise and how I felt, it completely changed. It was my therapy from a young age. So I'm trying to, again, continue the legacy of PE with Joe, get young children moving more often and having fun in the process. And I really hope this does that, you know.
And unquestionably, Health Secretary, having a weapon like Joe Wicks in your armoury is hugely valuable, isn't it? Because of the way he can connect with young people and inspire them to want to have fun. So don't think about it as a chore. You think about it as just a lot of fun.
Yeah, honestly, Joe's absolutely right. Yesterday, the kids got involved straight away. It's really bite-sized. You can do it in your living room. You can do it in your bedroom. You can get your family involved. And look, the truth is that if the government had tried to produce something like this on our own, it probably would have been, like, I'm sorry to say, like boring government video.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I've just turned up looking like this morning. It's like kind of a really good kind of physical manifestation of how boring government can be. And the great thing about this partnership we've got is we're putting some resource behind it so we can make more of these videos and they can be more freely available. But you've got, like, Joe's passion, energy, dynamism, that comes through in the clip we just saw briefly. You've got, you know, the animators behind it who are absolutely amazing. Like, you see that through the images and some of the projects they've worked on before. Universal have come in to give it great music and artists have kind of been falling over themselves to say, yeah, we want to be part of this. Because we've got 1 in 5 children leaving primary school with obesity. So getting children active, getting them out and about, and also meeting kids where they are. Lots of them are on YouTube. They're doom scrolling like the rest of us, I'm sorry to say. I've got nieces and nephews, and, like, they're on their, like, tablets all the time. Yeah. And so if we're meeting these kids where they are and giving them something fun and easy to engage with and motivational, then we're keeping them active, and it, as Joe describes, you know, it helps to create healthy mind, body and soul.
Yeah. It's so funny when you say, you know, you've got Joe helping you out and you're the sensible one. But, I mean, it is a really serious matter. I mean, 1/3 of children are obese. Would you ever consider the weight loss jabs as a factor into that, and could that help at some stage?
We're not looking at them for children at this stage.
Right.
For adults, yes. And actually, there are lots of people in our country at the moment who suffer with really serious obesity. And lots of people have tried, by the way, on some of the weight loss programmes, on diet changes, on exercise. But some people have reached a point where it just feels like too big a mountain to climb. And that's where I think weight loss jabs can play a role. It's really important that that you get advice from a doctor. It's really important that they're not just available to people who can afford to fork out what can sometimes be about £2,500 a year for these jabs. So I'm working with the NHS to try and make them more widely available. But for children, I think we can get this right first time if we do a whole range of things, like what Joe's doing, getting kids more fit and active, with schools, some of the work we're funding in schools on PE and games to make it fun and accessible. That's all going to make a difference. Acting on things like the targeting of junk food advertising at children and young people, that's going to make a difference. The work we're doing to make sure that school breakfast clubs, school meals are much more nutritious, that's going to make a difference. So all these things taken together, I think, are necessary to tackle what threatens to be a really serious obesity crisis for our country. It's costing the NHS about £10 billion a year.
Yeah.
Joe, your PE with Joe was such a massive hit during the lockdown because everybody was stuck at home and the kids were able to get involved. Have you noticed a sort of drifting away of children in terms of their fitness and what they're doing activity-wise? And what do you think the government needs to be doing more of to try and get kids engaged and trying to reverse some of the issues we've got with obesity?
Yeah, look, I've obviously visited hundreds of schools, and my only dream is that I could visit every school. But when I realised I couldn't, that's when the animation idea came up. You know, it's scalable and it's accessible, it's free. It can be like 5 minutes at home with your kids or in between a lesson at school. And it's just like, it's just giving more children more opportunity to move. And, you know, we live in a world now where, you know, as a parent, like, I'm also addicted to my device. Like you said, like, we're addicted to our devices, so are kids. The algorithms are so sticky, you want to be on it. And it's like, how can I disrupt that passive viewing on screen time and make it an active thing? So you might do one workout with the kids and you might go, you know what, I feel great, I'm doing another one, and suddenly you've done 15 minutes of exercise. So although 5 minutes is like a bite-sized chunk, it could really be a catalyst for more exercise and more movement. But look, the food thing is that, you know, I'm working on a documentary at the moment around UPF, and that's a big challenge. My eyes are being open to something completely different. Ultra-processed foods and marketing and all that. So we need to have a talk about that another time.
Yeah,
but
we should.
Essentially, like, it's about education, it's about inspiration, it's about giving people resources, you know, and this is one of, you know, I'm really proud that I'm sitting here with you, Wes, because I would have done this anyway. I self-funded this. No one really wanted to invest in it. We self-funded the first 5 episodes, and I would have done this anyway. But the fact that you've given us the seal of approval and you're helping us get it in front of more people means you believe in it, and it's going to make an impact. This is money well spent, you know. This is an animation that actually is really going to create an impact, and I'm so happy that it's actually come to life, you know. It's been a long time, it's been a 2-year journey. And here we are.
It's fantastic that you're doing it. As you pointed out, I think childhood obesity is costing the NHS £11 billion a year. There's huge issues that we've got. It would be remiss of us not to ask a couple of questions on some other stuff. So we've got the Health Secretary here, if that's OK. We've been...
I'll give Joe the difficult one.
Yeah, Joe can take this. But we're talking about our campaign that we've been running for the last few days about cosmetic treatments. We've surveyed over 2,000 women trying to understand what is happening in this really unregulated industry. Over 50% of the women said that they had to be referred to get some medical advice after they'd had some treatment. 15% ended up in hospital, needing hospital care after they had treatment. What the question everybody's asking is, how on earth have we got to the point where there is no regulation and these things are able to happen? Because this is, again, costing the NHS millions of pounds.
And it's really shocking. And I take my hat off to the women who've been brave enough as well to come and sit on this sofa, to share their stories in the media, to actually try and make sure this doesn't happen to other women, and to share those experiences which have been personally painful and harrowing for lots of these women. So you're right. I mean, because of the lack of regulation, we've basically got cosmetic cowboys that are basically, I would not even use the word treating women, they are practising on women and causing serious catastrophic damage. So we are going to act, and in the coming days and weeks, we're going to be setting out the regulations we're going to put in place to clamp down on this sort of practice here at home. But there's also this issue about overseas as well, whether that's not just women, but men and women going abroad for cosmetic procedures. We've had some really awful stories where people go away, take up an offer that looks too good to be true, to be honest, come back, the NHS has to pick up the pieces, and those poor people are left picking up the pieces in terms of their lives. Got people importing cosmetics as well.
So this is one of the things. So we had Kaylee on yesterday, who was injected with an anti-wrinkle treatment that had been imported from Korea, not licensed over here, eminently available on the internet, eminently available via this practitioner. Just want to play you a little clip of what she said on the show.
And I thought at one point I was going to end up going blind because my eyes were so bad. I couldn't leave the house. I was crying every day. Could barely open my eyes. I could only see from the bottom of my eyes.
Is the expectation it will recover?
They said I've got to wait for my nerves to regenerate. I wish I'd never done it. It wasn't worth it.
So she was driving her little boy to school. She got another baby in the back driving, and all of a sudden had double vision.
We need what is clearly apparent is, and you're saying in the coming weeks and months, regulation needs to come in, but it's urgent. It's really, really urgent. You know,
so you'll see. I mean, you'll see in a matter of days the regulation we're going to take to clamp down on some of the misconduct here at home. When it comes to clamping down on practice overseas, that's more challenging. When it comes to things that are imported,
but unlicensed stuff that's being imported,
that's more of a challenge. But I am working across government to try and tackle it, because and in the meantime, what I'd say to people watching is, like, the thing about the UK high street or online retailers that are in the UK is that you can be confident that the products that are being sold are products that are regulated here in the UK, meet safety standards, and are safe to use. Like, if you walk into Boots on the high street today, you can be confident about that. If you're importing things from overseas, you can't have that confidence. And if you're seeing things that look too good to be true, chances are they're too good to be true, and you don't want to be in that situation where you're on this morning saying, I really wish I hadn't done that. So in the meantime, I'd urge people, you know, be really careful about what you buy, stick to what you know at home, and, you know, friends, family, if you're having those sorts of conversations, give people that advice. But ultimately, we've got a responsibility to act and to try and keep people safe. So we'll keep you posted on what we're doing.
I mean, there are also those people who aren't lucky enough to sit on the sofa, actually. We've lost
loads
people.
and loads of women.
There's a chap called Dane Knight who came on the show. Take a look at this clip. He's talking about his wife.
She was a loving, caring mother of 5.
Yeah.
She was loved and adored by many in the community and beyond. Which that showed on, you know, on her day when she was put to rest. Yeah, I didn't know it was too late until we got a call from the hospital. Yeah, I think I would hate to see another family go through, you know, more kids saying, you know, burying their mum. Another partner burying their partner. I know, such as Ashton Estate Faces has been trying to push this now for a long time, which we didn't know, but it's just not common knowledge. More needs to be done.
So tragically, Alice lost her life in 2024. At the time, you said you were committed to taking action against those carrying out these procedures. This is your quote. It's absolutely disgusting that there are Wild West operators practising actually dangerously in cosmetic surgery, putting people's lives at risk, and we've seen that in the tragic case of Alice.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Dane's going to be joining us tomorrow.
children.
What can we tell Dane that you've done as Health Secretary since this happened in 2024?
So we're pretty much ready to regulate, to take action here at home. When it comes to overseas practices, that is more complicated, but we are working on it, and I'll keep coming back to.
So when will we get? But I mean, you're telling us there's something coming in a couple of days, but of course that's quite vague as well. When will they? Can you give us any idea of what those specifics will be? The regulation may be the sort of what could happen to people if they aren't regulated. They're doing these. They are those cowboys, and they get caught.
Yeah. So in the coming days, we're going to set out the regulation we'll be putting in place to clamp down on these sorts of
this week,
cosmetic cowboys. Probably in the next week or so. I always have to get permission from the bosses in terms of when we're putting stuff out. But over the next week or so, you should hear from the government on what we're doing to clamp down on cosmetic cowboys here at home. When it comes to overseas, it's more complicated, but I am working with the team across government and also with other governments around the world to help try and clamp down on this, and we'll keep you posted. But the other thing I just wanted to say, I mean, just hearing Dane speaking there and the thought of 5 children being left behind because they've lost their mother in these circumstances, that motivates me to act. And I hope that for people watching as well, it's just that really the worst possible reminder when you're seeing things being marketed online. Just think really carefully before you take up things that look too good to be true.
There is an urgency, isn't there? Much like what Joe's doing with Activate, and what you're combining with, the urgency to get things moving for childhood obesity is really important, as is this. So I hope you understand why we wanted to ask you those questions.
No, quite right too, yeah.
Have you done a session with Wes yet, Joe? Have you done
We went to a school yesterday and we got the kids moving. I was so enthralled with the kids. I don't know if you've done any burpees, but this isn't also just a thing about obesity. This is more than just the external. This isn't just about the body. We have kids with serious anxiety, depression, getting pulled out of school. Yeah. They're really struggling. So this is about holistic approach. This is about encouraging movement for the mind. Because when you get the mind right, the body will follow, the transformation will come, and food choices will improve. The family's energy lifts. Like, this is so much more than just about body image and weight loss. You know, I think we need to talk about that a bit as well. Because kids are struggling a lot. You know, this will help. This is going to make them laugh as well.
But they can find all the episodes of Activate on your YouTube channel.
Yeah. So the YouTube channel, the first workout went live today. I think it's had like 10,000 views in the past hour. So it's on the Body Coach TV, and then every week there'll be a new episode all through summer holidays. And we've released it now because parents really struggle to get kids moving in the summer holidays. So one a week for 5 weeks. We'll have a little break, and there's more to come. More moves, more exercises, more challenges, and it's really, really a positive thing. So give your kids a chance to give it a go, and yourself. Ben, you're already in great shape. Have one, see what you think, and have a go as well.
I like the idea of the next cabinet meeting starting with a little Activate session. Get the whole cabinet.
Yeah, you won't be seeing those pictures.
Well, you could do it, though.
It's a serious point, though. I mean, I find like one of the hardest things I've found about the impact of sort of my job since I've taken it on in government the last year. You know, as you know, I went through kidney cancer years ago, and I started to get much more active, thinking much more about my diet. The nature of my job means, like, my exercise has suffered, like, you know, you sort of grab and go stuff. We've been talking about this with Joe going around the country. You just, so look, I suppose in some ways the great thing about being health secretary and responsible for the nation's health is that my own starting point is a lot different to you two. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
So I'm probably not going to be on the front of Men's Health in quite the way that you.
Why don't we make that the challenge, though, Wes? How old are you now?
42.
You're 42. Honestly, there is no
way
that you can't turn that round. And as Joe will know, it's not about the picture at the end. It's the journey. It's what it gives you.
Absolutely right. And that's the other thing I just want to say to people watching as well is please don't think that like it's all about spending hours in the gym every day or getting rid of everything that you enjoy, like a pint with your mates down the pub, or getting rid of like the chocolates and the guilty snack. You don't have to get rid of all of that. Like just a little goes a long way. So if we can all just get our activity up, like, you know, do half an hour walk a day, do a bit of swimming, like just every time I manage to get in the pool or go to the gym, it's not just about my waistline, it's also about, you know, my mental health as well.
One last thing, just for the record, like, it is aimed at kids, right? But you could be a 50-year-old, 60-year-old, 70-year-old person at home now thinking, oh, you know what, I wish I had a bit of movement, a bit of music. You've got Elton John. I mean, Elton John's I'm Still Standing, one of my favourite songs of all time. Like, I was at Glastonbury watching him perform the most amazing set. To think that I've got that song on the launch episode. So you're going to love the music. It's a 5-minute little movement break, and it doesn't matter what age you are, it's going to lift your mood. You're going to really love it. And there's little moments of humour. I'm so proud of it, and thanks for supporting it. And
no,
stuff.
you should be, Joe. And honestly, if the government had tried to do this ourselves, it wouldn't be as good as this. And it's really important. If we're going to make a genuinely healthier nation, we've got to swing in behind the people that are doing the good stuff and pulling in behind people as the government. And that's exactly what we've done here. And this is what gives me hope that we can actually tackle the obesity crisis, make our country healthier. It's about a team effort that involves government working, people like Joe, business, civil society, and all of us as individuals doing that little bit day by day, step by step.
Absolutely.
I've just had a message from the editor of Men's Health saying you're on 8 years' time. West Street front cover.
Joe will help you. You stitched me right.
Joe will help you.
The office is going to love the wait till I get back. It is like everyone else's day.
It's just for everyone watching, right? It's about breaking it down. Just last thing I want to say. Keep it simple. It's in the day, right? Don't think about tomorrow. It's like it's one workout at a time, one meal at a time, one food choice at a time. It's too overwhelming to think of it. It's like just small, simple things. Sleep, movement, and a bit more home cooking will change your life in so many ways.
Thank you both for coming in. It's great to see you. Good luck with it all. It's going to be brilliant.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Welcome back. We've got a superstar guest joining us outside in the sunshine now.
Yes, they've got bucket loads of talent, a dazzling Hollywood smile and the best hair in show business.
We are, of course, talking about Shirley Ballas's dog.
And now we're joined by someone who knows just how important it is to turn up the heat, as the world's #1 matchmaker, Paul C. Branson, is usually helping celebs go dating. But he's now putting them in the hot seat to tackle some pretty tough conversations. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Can I say, this is beautiful out here, isn't it?
Gorgeous?
This
it's
is good.
So good.
Yeah.
When I watch the podcast, because I watch it as well, it's amazing how you get people to just open up to you. You are so brilliant at talking to them. How do you do it?
Well, one is thank you for watching.
Yes, I love it, because you can see the interaction then as well.
Yes, absolutely. I think there's many ways to get someone to open up, but in particular, what I try to do is hold space for people.
Yeah.
And you think about holding space. Holding space is, in essence, it's saying, I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to see you in every way, shape, or fashion. And in particular, I'm going to affirm your emotions. And you think about that. When is the last time you had space held for you for an hour or 2 hours? Probably never. So this is the reason why I think so many of our guests open up.
But I mean, what you're doing is, We Need to Talk is the name of the podcast. But interestingly, you're getting them to talk about very, very personal, difficult things in a space that we're going to be able to listen to and hear on the outside as well. Usually that's the sort of thing you think would be a very private sort of bit of therapy, but actually it's much more public than that, isn't it?
It is, but you think about this, is that we all have secrets, we all have challenges, and we all want to talk about them. The question is where can you go to talk about them where you won't be judged? And that's exactly why I think our guests come to us, is because they know they won't be judged, and they can talk about these things that are close to their hearts. And when you're able to do that, you're able to actually make a better connection with yourself.
Yeah.
You do talk about how important communication is in romantic relationships, and actually any relationships that we have in life, for them to be successful.
Yes. I mean, communication is it. It's the Achilles heel. And communication starts with being honest with yourself. And that's the reason why having these tough conversations are so important. And what I'm so proud of is how successful the podcast has become. It's interesting. We're in partnership with Stephen Bartlett's Flight Story, right? Now, Stephen Bartlett has the second biggest podcast in the world, but We Need to Talk is growing 13 times faster than his podcast was at this time. So we're on track.
How's he feeling about that? There's a little bit of threat to the boss.
It is. It's weird. But I think what makes him so brilliant is that he wants that level of competition. Iron sharpens iron. So We Need to Talk is on track to be the biggest podcast in the world.
That's so exciting.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
He's a legendary broadcaster and presenter best known to giving members of the public a chance to be a millionaire. And, of course, Tiz was.
Oh, yes, I remember the days of Tiz was.
Come on.
But listen, in his new book, go on, do it, darling.
Sorry about
in
that.
his new book, Chris Tarrant is bearing all. See what I did there?
Yeah, I saw what you did there.
He's bearing a subject which is very close to his heart.
It's so annoying when you get legends on the sofa.
I know.
Because they're just silently judging us.
It'll be fine.
In recent years, he has swapped, show quizzes for grizzly bears. Not just bears, in fact, brown bears, black bears, all kinds of bears.
Yeah, Chris joins us now to tell us more.
This is so nice, Chris.
What a beautiful book.
Do you know, that publisher, I love them, they've done the last 2 books, and they actually like making beautiful books, which is nice. It's quite rare now, because everything's on Kindle or whatever.
It's the sort of book you'd have on the coffee table.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Have you got
When
a
people
coffee table?
I have got a coffee table.
I think we have.
Yes, I've got a coffee table.
This one, she's got coffee tables coming out of
No,
her
I've
ears.
only got one.
So where did the love come from fishing, basically? Is this an extension?
No, before fishing. I mean, just as a kid, my mum always took me to the London Zoo or whatever, and I loved, like the big male lions and all that stuff. I just loved bears. I was kind of obsessed with them. And then, yes, from fishing in places like Alaska, northern Russia, Canada, I get to see a lot of grizzly bears, particularly from a distance. We started taking 1 or 2 photos and all that. And, yeah, I mean, in recent years, I've seen lots. But they are awesome in the real sense of the word. They're huge. I mean, they are absolutely massive.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful, but they're also incredibly dangerous.
Yes.
They're very
They would
dangerous.
kill you. I mean, they kill people in, like, less than 20 seconds. They would just rip you to bits.
But it's only the polar bears that actively hunt humans, is that right?
No, the grizzlies hunt.
Oh, grizzlies do as well?
Neither the black bears will. Black bears are weird because they attack a lot, but also they get go away. People hit them with frying pans, and mainly they run off.
Yeah.
Not always.
Yeah.
The polar bear, I mean,
what I learned from all... I mean, I did so much research about, you know, bear attacks and stuff, and it was terrifying stuff. So by the end of all that, the last time I was going to go out to Alaska, I was actually quite scared. I thought, maybe I shouldn't be going. I mean, I've been before and taken a lot of the photographs, but this last year when I went, I was quite frightened, and I started having like, literally bad dreams about bears. It turned out I had a brown pillow, so it was nothing to do with that. But it was just like, do I really need to go and do this? But my mate Martin, who took nearly all the photos in this book, he said, you're coming at it all wrong. They will do you no harm at all. They want to eat salmon. They don't want you. They don't want to eat you. But just treat them with respect, which sounds cool when you're the other side of a, you know, Atlantic. And when I got there, the first day, a really big bear came out just across the river, a shallow river that could have just walked straight across. And I've got a guide and Martin with the camera, and I'm going, oh, you know, I really don't want to be here, thanks very much. And he went, just stay still, be quiet, and all that stuff. Whatever you do, don't run.
I didn't sign up for this.
Exactly.
Getting this close.
No.
To those experts.
Why did I write this silly book? The guide's fantastic.
They can tell
live with bears.
What the
behaviour
is going to be like.
Just get behind me. And I got behind, and this bear just sort of looked at me like, OK, and just wandered.
Oh, I'd be so scared.
Yeah, but once you get used to that, I mean, I spent the last week, we must have seen 60 different grizzly bears, you know, and they just want to eat salmon. They don't want to eat meat. They don't want to, you know, they really don't.
So when they say don't run, is that because their natural instinct was to chase because you're running?
Yes. The first time I came across that, we were doing, went to see gorillas in Rwanda. Went up this incredibly long climb through mangroves and things.
Wow.
And when we got to the top, there's a huge male silverback gorilla, like they're this wide.
Huge, yeah.
And he's just looking at me like, shall I go and kill that silly little white man? I shall sit here eating a dandelion. And the guide, a different guy, in obviously a different country in Rwanda, he said to me, if he makes a false charge, don't run. And I'm going, how do I know it's a false charge? It's just a charge.
Well, stop before he comes.
Anyway, it didn't, you know, he didn't charge at all, and I just sat there and whatever.
So is that what they do? They do a false charge towards you?
Yeah, the bears don't. Well, the bears do sometimes.
Just to see if you're going to be scared?
Yeah.
So...
They're unbelievable, because in many ways they're just so human. Like they have that, you know, we love
also, and I spotted this the first time at London Zoo. They actually recognise you. They're very intelligent. I mean, like a chimpanzee, they've got a real brain. And I said to my mum, I'm sure that bear recognised me. I was there twice in the summer. And I said, I'm sure that bear recognised me. He sort of came over, whatever. And she went, don't be daft. Said that to me a lot. And when we were in Alaska last year, there was a really big, very, very clearly marked bear. And, you know, it was the same one. On about the Wednesday, he came back on the same trail. And he looked at me and he sort of went, hello, Chris, you all right, mate? And, you know, and just wandered off again. We had a thing with a really big female grizzly bear with two dear little cubs. And 3 or 4 of us were sitting down where the sea came into the river, where there's obviously a lot of salmon running in. We were all together one evening taking photographs down there. And this big female came up and she just put these 2 little bears at our feet and wandered off and caught us. I know. And I thought, this is silly. Wandered off, caught a salmon, brought them back, and the bears, you know, all chomped in, the kids and they wandered off into the woods. And I said to the guy, what's that about? Well, no, yeah, what it is that the biggest danger to little cubs is not man, it's actually male grizzly bears. They will eat them, you know, so, and they try to all the time. So she obviously thought, I mean, again, this is the guy telling me what's going on. He said, I see this a lot, because what is happening, she is plonking them in front of you lot, because no male grizzly will come up when there's like 3 or 4 blokes standing around. Yeah. They'll back off. So they're safer in front of you than me just feeding.
That's intelligent, isn't it?
You learn so much from them. I love them.
Yeah,
but you know, there used to be 100,000 grizzly bears in California alone, and they've all gone. I mean, since 1920, I don't think there's been a grizzly in California.
We had them in here for a while, didn't we? We had some.
We had them in the UK, apparently.
Yeah, we did. And we were still bear baiting. You know that horrible thing where you used to chain a bear up by the feet and bulls would come running in and all this stuff?
Chris, this is, in many ways, this is so lovely because you've spent so much of your life in a TV studio or in a radio studio, and it almost feels like this is now, you know, what you ought to be doing at the stage of life you're in, right?
It's what I wanted to be doing all the time.
This was the passion.
Yeah. I mean, I am quite obsessed with them, you know. But I love all that. I just never had time in my life.
Of course.
You know, doing silly radio and silly television.
Yeah.
Not a proper job.
Yeah.
So now I have a great time. I have a really good time now.
Great.
You know? But people always said to me, when you retire, you know, you never retire. You know, one of those people who just wants to, I don't want to work. I'm that.
Good for you.
Did lots of that. Did loads of that.
She keeps threatening every time. Every time she gets a bit tired, she's like, "Oh, Baz, I've had enough."
Yeah,
she's not going anywhere. Let me tell you.
I love you too much. That's fine.
Stop at you. So, Liz, Chris is clearly a bit of an expert when it comes to all things bears.
Yeah.
So today
Not
we're going to turn the tables on a brand new game. It could be a Grammy game show and put Chris's knowledge to the test. It's time to play Who Wants to Be a Billionaire?
Not another show.
Did this last time. You know,
quiet in the studio, please.
Hang on. I went to a lovely little kids' school a while back, and we all played Who Wants to Win a Chocolate Eclair? Which should be a TV show.
So much better.
Should be so much better.
Who wants to meet a million pounds?
Dermot, you're trying to get your own back on me, aren't you? Because you and your dad.
I remember this.
Are you ready for this?
I'm so ready.
OK, which country is home to the highest number of wild brown bears in Europe?
I tell you what, I think it's Romania, but it could also be Ukraine, because in Ukraine, they've stopped hunting and there are a lot of bears now wandering about Ukraine.
Do you want me to give you a little choice?
Can I phone a friend?
No. I've got some options for you. Is it A, Romania? Is it B, Russia? Is it C, Sweden? Or D, Finland?
Do you know, Alison, if you were a game show host, you'd starve. It's Romania! Final answer!
Correct! Well done!
What have I won?
No, you've still got another question.
I've got a book.
OK, the next one.
Hang on, let's think of the next question. What is a group of bears commonly
Come on,
called?
put some drama into it. Come on. What? Scare me, baby.
OK. Well, you've done very well
You've
so
got to give
far.
him more.
You could walk away right now.
Go on, give him more.
Is it A, a cuddle, B, a sloth, C, a pod, or D, a dawdle?
Dawdle?
Dawdle of bears.
It's like scone as well. Do you say sloth or sloth?
Sloth.
It's a sloth.
You're going with B?
And the answer is...
Hey!
Oh, well done!
Thank you. Have a
Give us the
lovely
book
day.
as a present. And you've won, Chris, this book. It's got the log of bears. It's out now.
I can only dream of getting this book. I've only got a shed load at home.
If you could sign it for Alison and Dermot, we'd be very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.